common, dude. That was insane what you just said.
I'm so sorry, ISP. He doesn't know. I'm sorry.
It gives Rock a giant side eye. So ISP brings you guys in. You guys walk in and you see that there's like a small kind of living room, and you see two doors that seem to lead to bedrooms. It's like a small kitchenette. But in the living room, you see there's like dozens of small tables that have like different tinkering tools. There's alchemical sets on the other side of the room. Like their living room looks like a laboratory. He kind of ushers you in. He pulls up a bunch of like lab stools for everybody to sit on, and he's like, "Would you like any refreshments?"
I would like an iced tea, please.
Yeah, I'll take a water.
He walks over to this small, like, industrial-looking fridge, pulls out some drink stuff and some cups, and he starts making everybody drinks. And he says, "Well, I must insist you inform me what happened after Danger and I returned."
Yeah, ISP, is Danger busy right now? Where's he off to?
I will go grab him. I believe he is working on a project. And he walks over to the room, does like a series of knocks on the door, and says something in Modron. A couple minutes later, you guys see Danger come out. He's got like, these huge like goggles on with like a bunch of like dust and stuff around the rest of his face. He pulls them up, and then you see like the clean circles around his eyes. He's got like a bunch of vials and stuff on a bandolier around his chest. He seems to be like working on a project. He's like, good to see you guys. How's it going?
Going good, Danger. Looks like you're hard at work.
I got a project from the that snake asshole from the first day. If you remember, he gave me a project that I gotta get finished.
Yeah, I do remember.
Would you like any help?
I mean, extra hands are always welcome, but this is the advanced alchemy class that I take, so.
Oh,
I mean, how good you guys are at that.
I could give you a hand.
It's fairly advanced. Again, I would appreciate the help, but it's pretty complex.
I mean,
my Arcana stat is 8.
Damn.
I'm not bad at it, damn, but you might be a little better than me. So if you do need the extra hand, you know.
He says, I mean, of course, if I need the help, I'll ask. But it's right now I'm supposed to make a potion of psychic resistance, and if you don't know, those are really hard to make.
Well, I mean, Orion's a really good alchemist, no? Pretty good.
You are, but
that is
different. That is a pretty hard one to make.
Okay.
He's an intermediate. He's high to intermediate. You are beginner.
Yeah.
I say, well,
it's one of those things where if you were lucky, you could do it, but it's like in the real world, only like the highest level of alchemists consistently produce stuff like that.
Okay.
I think you saw a video on YouTube.
Why are y'all calling him slurs, by the way?
It's true.
Hey, leave me. I'm whispering.
Rock started it.
Also, who's y'all? I don't remember saying anything.
It was a simple question.
You guys are a collective. One of you does it, you all do it.
Well, Danger, ISP just sat us down. We were about to talk a little bit about our kind of venture through hell, if you were interested.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to take a break and listen. I could go for a lemonade.
The old neighborhood. Hell.
That does not sound true.
No, I'm never from there, but, you know,
it's like
my skin's red.
It's like a white kid saying he's from Detroit.
My skin is red. Also, what's Detroit?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's Arcano, Detroit.
Where a bunch of these goblins live.
God.
Bro, when you said you were trying, man, I mean, you
Don't try harder.
You can't serve me food and expect me not to eat, bro.
You didn't eat. You just said something
Lead a horse to water, bro.
I think he was like doing an analogy or something like that, Orion. But anyway, like he's still in the wrong.
I mean, nothing's new there.
So
yeah, so ISP walks around, he brings you all your various requested drinks, coffees, teas, lemonade, whatever. As you can imagine, they're both alchemists to some degree. They make some tasty-ass drinks.
Can't even
This is
taste the
good
sugar
tea.
in this Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
I
they
know,
make, they make
damn.
some really good drinks.
I'm feeling really
Um,
tired, guy.
This is purple
God
power.
damn it. You hear a goblin laughing in the corner.
I knew it was you, Francisco. No,
You should try my pudding.
my
You know
arch
me, I
nemesis.
consider myself a tea connoisseur, and this right here is some pretty good tea.
You hear a voice go, "Prepare the oil."
What?
The digital.
Yeah.
Preemptively pull a pin on my grenade just to, in
G
case.
Digolo.
Ain't no part like a different part.
So, yeah, they sit down and they just wait for you guys to talk.
Well, I'm not sure how much you guys saw, but we did just kind of ram our ship into the stomach of that, big corpse, to get where we needed to go. That was kind of we almost didn't make it. That almost ended the mission a little early.
It was quite scary.
We got there, and we were accompanied by some, of the demons and devils down there. We decided not to run away because then that'd make us seem like we were, trying to do something bad there, which we kind of were. But they accompanied us. Apparently, Asmodeus was expecting us. So we went, they chained down our ship, which should have been a pretty big red flag at the beginning, but it's whatever.
Oh, what do you mean? What can you do?
We went up these stairs. Felt like days it took to go up those stairs.
You said that ISP Nazi goes, "You were gone for near a week."
Oh, well. Yeah, I mean that about fits the bill.
I mean, we did other things before we got to hell, remember? Unless
They were with
Yes,
us.
but it only took
that's true.
it only
was
took
busy.
Danger and I about a day to return here. You did not return for many.
I'm not really sure how the time thing works in between those two planes, so. But
Hell is wacky.
we went, talked to the King of Hell, tried to convince him, strike a deal to maybe we could get Q back. He asked us to make an oath that we were trying to fight the same enemy, and we were like, yeah, we'll do that. And then we did it, and then he's like, well, then why would you, bring your, whole thing went down. He kind of fucked us over. I mean, we kind of walked right into it. So we kind of started running away from him. There's this fucking banana peel on the ground that like a lot of us were slipping on, and it just kind of was moving with us. Not all of us made it. Jiren and Inafira from that other party we were traveling with used this orange gem to a wish spell, and then Jiren got these like big raven wings. Last thing I saw was just a big flash, and then we all woke up in this like super black pit. We were walking for what seemed like days. We were in Asmodeus' stomach. We ended up going to this kind of big medical room with a lot of unfamiliar technology that none of us really familiar with. We started talking to Asmodeus. He tried to make another deal to where we would become his soldiers. We weren't really messing with that. Our friend Valmoria here pulled out a black hole grenade that we borrowed from our friend Eugene. And as she pulled it out, Asmodeus picked her up. I pointed my gun at the guy. Looking back on it, I mean, I know that the gun really wouldn't have done much. It was more like a, hey, don't do that. He used power word kill on me. So really, it's crazy that I'm even here. But Valmoria counterspelled it. She, crazy that she was able to do that. And then we all started running away. Our friend Amara here made a deal with the guy, Carcera. I'm not sure how much y'all know about the lore behind that. Made a deal with the guy. He let our ship go. And we got their bodies back, Jiren and Inafir's bodies back. And then their druid Theron cast the spell on the portal plane shift where we could get back to the school. So, the fact that we're all alive, is crazy.
They both kind of listen intently. At the very end, they ISP nods, and he's like, "This does seem to be quite impressive. You said Jared and Interfere did not make it, are they?"
No, they're still. We got their bodies.
We remade
brought them
them.
back. We brought them back.
He kind of nods. He's like, I had hoped it was the case, but I'm glad to see you all alive."
And we did get their friend back, Q. He is back and looking healthier than he was, for sure.
Well, it is good to know that it was not for nothing.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm glad y'all decided not to go, because I don't know what I would have done if one of y'all would have not made it.
It was a little spooky. I won't lie. We did kill a guy pretty comically, but he was pretty evil. So
We even got an apology from Tea Kettle for it.
My HP said, "Surely not a public one."
No,
No.
as you can imagine, he kept it pretty secret.
It is better than nothing.
But no, we've just been going back to all of our classes now and trying to get back to the regular swing of things.
He says, "Us as well. We have been trying our best this week to return to normality, but adventure calls, as they say."
Yeah, we're planning on going and hunting some space pirates down, some Neogi this weekend. I mean, y'all are more than free to join us if you'd like.
Like,
they still
I
let me blow
Danger,
something up.
yeah, he says, "I would love to visit the shooting gallery."
I thought they were slavers. Thought we were gonna have
He
to
nods. He
fight
says,
them.
"They are. I am aware of them. They are a serious issue in the astral plane. They constantly raid and pillage settlements on asteroids and comets, and take the people for slaves to sell."
Okay.
That
We're
means
gonna
we can
go.
go full violence.
Straight to
Yes,
them.
they are. As I understand, they are sentient, but they have no morality or saving traits among their people. They are just evil.
Oh, I sure do love it when I get to blow people up
I'll
without
just
feeling
I'll
bad
just
about it.
translate to Rock and
But
say that
I would recommend that before you blow them up, you ensure none of their slaves are nearby.
Of course, of course, of course.
Danger and I were not pleased with the outcome last time.
yeah,
neither were
weren't,
we.
we weren't either. We've learned our lesson this time. A very rough, harsh lesson.
I would prefer to save the people if possible.
People saved, blow shit up. That's what we do.
But I do believe the Neogi are, on the individual, easier to handle than mind flayers.
Well, like I said, you're more than free to join us, and if we can free, a lot of those people, it won't make up for what we did, but a start is a start to making things right.
Ice Spooky says, "I do not believe we did anything wrong last time. It is part of being an adventurer and a hero, but all you can do is your best at any given moment, and that is all that matters. And I do not believe we did our best then, but I think that will make us do our best in the future."
You're right, ISP. You see, like,
I mean,
Orion,
I'm
like, as
still-
he said something profound, but to everybody else, he's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's spitting. I don't know what he's saying, but it sounds tough.
Yeah, I don't know if
saying some pretty
anyone would
good
have been
stuff,
translating.
you're
Yeah, I don't know if
right.
I would have been playing translator.
Let me tell you this. And I'll just relay it back to them because I can't do that word for word right now.
Damn.
But no, we should probably be getting back. We've got some stuff going on, but we'll definitely let you know whenever we're about to head out. We'd love to have you.
Of course, as long as we have no prior endeavors, I feel as if it should be easy for us to be added to the ledger for the trip, and
maybe could offer you some help. We've been working on a project for Moya after seeing a couple of the, with no insult, shortcomings of the last trip.
Project, huh? You need help with that?
I do not know if you can help. I've already built the apparatus. I am waiting on Danger to finish the fuel.
Well,
I see.
as long as you run it by Valmora.
Have you ever heard of astral nitrous?
I don't think I have.
Bro, we're gonna blow nitrous in the fucking.
I think we
They
have
ha-
devised a way to give your ship short bursts of not light speed travel, but
hypersonic?
shall we say intense speed.
So it's like one of them movies from back at the Bronze Keep where they race their cars real fast.
What
Yes,
is a
something like that.
movie?
How-
What is a
so you-
car?
A
You've
car's
been
right
to the
there.
Bronze
A
Keep.
car is
You've
a-
seen it.
Yeah.
You were in a movie, a car?
What's a movie?
I don't know.
Listen,
Canonically, a car played an extra in like a superhero movie 10 years ago.
He's in the back
Listen,
of like
guys,
a Spider-Man
guys.
movie or something.
guys, when we get some free time, we'll do a slumber party at my house in the Bronze Keep and we'll watch movies all night long.
Car's
You'll
the
wheelie
stunt
junk
double
food.
for Ryan Reynolds. He just comically cuts to like a Minotaur instead of Ryan Reynolds.
It's like
That'd be really
that Michael
funny.
Jordan when Michael Jordan's mom dunked,
Yeah, the main-
and it was just Jordan.
The main character is Ryan Goblin, and the stunt scenes it cuts to a minute.
Oh no!
But, yeah,
So
I-
because of my
Jesus.
connections, I was in
He
a few
says-
films too, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he looks at you fine. He says,
I know you were working on the engine to give you light speed travel, but this would be more of something with an offensive capability. I know the ship is able to ram things, and this would give it an obscene amount of power when doing so.
It's good to see something happening.
But I will let you get back to your business. We have much to do ourselves, and we will no doubt see you soon.
Of
Sure
course.
shall.
And, sorry for all the slurs my friends were saying earlier.
He really
I
doesn't
just-
know what he's saying.
People do not understand my race, but they often do not understand that we are the chosen guardians of the gods. I take no insult.
Yeah, they're just the Cobalt is just racist. I mean, don't take. I know you. I know you said you don't take any offense to it, but I mean, he is just. He said he's doing better, but man, he's on a
He
roll.
said he's trying to work on it, but
Yeah.
it's it's a long road ahead. I haven't known this guy for very long, but I can tell it's gonna be a while.
Oh yeah.
Yujo just says, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
What are you
buddy.
saying that
Yeah.
to? What are you saying that? What the fuck?
Yujo just assumes that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
I just nod my head. Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh,
probably because-
we're just talking about we were about to leave, Rowan. We're about to head out.
Oh,
I'm assuming it's because there isn't like a translation for Rowan and Modron, so we just have to say his name.
Yeah. Rowan.
very monotone, Rowan. Huh?
He was like, yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
Yep.
how do you say
Yeah, I
bye?
was gone for a little bit.
How do you say rock?
No, how do you not rock? How do you say bye?
Bye?
Yeah, in Motron. I would like
Oh.
to say bye.
I'll just tell him, cause I don't know. I don't know Modron IRL. I'm sorry. I'm
See
not
it,
educated.
see it.
I don't like in the game.
Rock.
The game that you're trying
Rock,
to
it is-
find
Rock, whoa, dude.
Whoa,
come
whoa,
on.
whoa, ho, whoa!
Just whisper in Rock's ear. Yeah. Call him. Say.
I'm gonna whisper in Rock's ear how to tell bye, but it's actually just gonna be him saying, "I like boys." That's what I'm doing. I'm serious.
Technically, in Modron, there are whistles too, so that'd probably be the goodbye is some kind of whistle.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm not gonna
what
tell him that. I'm gonna tell him how to say, "I like boys."
Yeah, truthfully, Modron is a mix of boo and then sounding like R2D2.
Hell yeah. I'm glad I speak this language.
Yeah, this is how you say it, Rock.
Okay.
Then Orion starts beatboxing.
Yeah.
Does the Joker beatbox?
Oh no.
I'm the Joker, baby.
What?
Why would you beat a box? That's so mean.
Rock, we've killed
Real.
a lot of people.
Okay.
Well, all right, ISP.
So,
We'll catch you
yeah,
on the flip.
you guys all head out.
I'll
What
go
else
play
do you need to do?
That's all Orion's got.
I don't think anything for me at least. I'm good.
No. I like to check up on my armor. That's something I got.
Try what?
Check up on my armor. Like talk to it.
Catch up.
Because
with us.
I haven't been able
Roll.
to talk to it. since we
Roll
came
a
back from home.
D100.
Oh, let's go. Come on, big roll,
Not
big roll,
one.
big roll.
Leg
85.
roll, leg roll, leg roll.
85 is good, but you want it low. You want it below your level.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
your armor is there. He's present, but he is as receptive as he's been the past weeks. He does not seem to want to offer you any more insight at the moment. If you have any questions or anything for him, you can ask. But he does not. He does not seem to currently be in the state to have a really open conversation with you.
I'll just say, I'm sorry. I got my shit rocked. That shit kind of hurt. Didn't mean for you to come out. My fault.
You do hear the voice come up, and he says,
There is no shame in losing, but he could be a valuable teacher. Use him.
I thought so too.
There is another power within him that he does not show. Learn
Think
it.
so? Oh, sorry. Let me cut you off, dude.
"No, yeah, yeah." There's a voice that just says,
Learn it. And when the time comes, you will not fall to me.
All right.
"All right. What about the rest of you? Anything else?"
Probably just work on the
Said Jared,
ship.
like I said, Jared and Interferer back. Clarence is still over there. Of course, Valentine. If you guys want to go talk to him again.
Hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I was thinking. I was honestly just filling in.
Would I be able to talk to my dagger just to see what's going on?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, sure.
I just want to say hi.
You just have a constant psychic link with it now. You can kind of reach
Oh.
out to him whenever you want. Yeah.
I just want to say hi to him real quick, see how he's doing. Sorry that I haven't done anything yet. It's just been very busy with.
It's only been like a day.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Just want to say hey real quick.
Yeah. He says,
Are we going to be doing the daily greeting thing?
I don't see why not. I know.
I don't have a problem with it. I'm just asking.
I just
What
wanted
did he
to
say?
He just wants
say-
a buddy. Yeah, he just wants a buddy.
I have a lot of things to take care of. So if I need to do this, this is fine. I just need to write it into my schedule.
Oh, you have a
9 a.m.
schedule?
sharp. Yeah.
Yes, I have a schedule. I have a lot of kids.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just, since we're going to be working together, might as well get comfortable with each other. I want us to have a good relationship. I just wanted to say hi, I'll
Of course, I hope you and your friends are having a good morning.
thank you. That's so
I
sweet.
would very much enjoy some breakfast.
I will surely work on that soon. I promise.
Very well.
I'll let you go. I know you're a busy guy, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
I'm sure we will speak again soon, sooner than both of us may like.
Okay. Well, have a good morning as well. Hope you have a good one.
Very well.
And I continue what I have to do. I just wanted to say hi to him real quick, see what's going on.
Alrighty, very good. But the rest of you, anything else? Anybody we need to visit?
Did I return that library book?
No, you have not.
I should probably do that before we commit to much of anything.
Yeah, you run it back over there. As you enter, Jaren's in the classroom. In Professor Talonrock's class, you see he's back in his vestments. He seems to be kind of just has a couple tomes at a desk that he's leafing through. See his holy symbols like off of his neck and just kind of sitting next to him on the desk.
Well, if it isn't platter for turkey or large ham, how are you today?
I am trying to catch up on the studies I missed in my downtime. What brings you here?
Just returning a library book.
Yes. The professor gets very angry if our books do not come back. They are hard to replace.
Yeah, I didn't want to forget it was in my bag with all the other books and then end up finding it in 6 months.
Yes, I can't imagine she would be pleased if you, in a year, you are halfway across the world with her book.
Yeah.
But, would you wish to join me for study and prayer, or are you busy?
Little busy. Don't want to keep you. I know you got a lot on your plate.
Yes, I get it. I understand the joke. Haha.
Never letting it go. And I just kind of stroll off.
Fair enough. So he kind of sighs and just goes back to his books. You see Professor Talonrock on the other side of the room. She goes, "Why is he calling you a dinner plate?" And he's like,
It's not important.
Yeah.
the rest of you, again, Valmoria, anybody like that, UGO.
If I can, oh, go ahead.
You're good. Go ahead.
If I can go ahead and just go, like check up on the other fighter from the party. Like go to their. Did they have like a house kind of thing?
Yeah, they have like they have a dorm
Um,
set up together because they were like the top class last year. But you do notice that theirs is a lot smaller than yours.
Oh. I don't say anything about that.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, you
I-
walk over you walk into like their kind of dorm area they have set to the side. Dirk is there, is their fighter. Gwig is there. Theron is there as well. Those are the three that are there at the moment.
Okay. Well, I first want to go up to the other fighter and kind of ask him, "Hey, how are things
Yeah,
coming
as you approach, he
together?"
goes,
Well, look who it is.
Well, I greet him, say, "Hey, how's it going? How have things been for the party now that y'all are all back?"
Oh, they've been gone. We just got Jared and Annie back last night. They got sent home. But the rest of us have just been catching up on schoolwork. And go spent a little time with Augra and get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely got to start catching up on classes. I'm sure y'all do too.
What have you folk been up to for the past week or so? We haven't heard much from you since we all got back. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, we all just spent 2 weeks together on a fucking ship, but
Yeah, honestly, just we've had a lot of interesting nights coming on, but been trying our best to make sure we can catch up with our schoolwork and everybody else that we missed out on.
yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes here. They expect you to handle all this paperwork and go to your classes, but then they send you off to fight and die some crazy creature. Pick one or the other.
Yep, yeah, I'm with you on that, man. It's definitely hard tackling all of this at once.
They say it's key to being a well-rounded adventurer, but I've never needed to do much else than hit something really hard in the fucking face with my hammer.
Yeah, I think before us coming here, it was definitely like that for us. I think just trying to figure out what we can do.
Fair enough, but something specific bring you here? You need anything from me? You just coming by to have a chat?
No, just coming by checking in on y'all. We've been kind of stopping by, talking with other friends that we haven't seen in a little bit. Wanted to make sure y'all were still doing okay.
Yeah, I think we're good. The three of us were just having a quick lunch together. We didn't have much else going on.
Gwig looks at you, she's like, "How's it going?" And then Theron signs hello at you.
Oh, I like wave back, gonna greet them. Doing good. How about y'all?
Gwig's like, "We're good. It's good to be, I guess not in the cold vacuum of space anymore.
I imagine so.
I like having trees around again."
Yeah, definitely more space to actually do what we need to do.
And we're not getting chased by squid people.
No, not this time. Or fighting in hell. So
Yeah, that was not my favorite thing I've had to do.
I don't really have much more
Yeah,
other than
no,
I
that's
just
fine.
wanted to stop by and greet
Yeah.
them and make sure they're
You see
doing
Theron
okay.
signs a couple words. Yeah, he just says that, like, he's good. He's just getting back in the swing of things. But yeah, no, you check in on him. They all seem to be good. Very well. And then what about Velmore? Yeah, you had something.
I just wanted to go check in on Inafira and kind of Q and see how they were doing.
Yeah.
I also wanted to talk to Q.
Yeah, you find them both in the library. So if you guys want to go together, you can.
Let's go, Vi.
Let's go.
Yeah. You guys walk over to the Biblioplex, the center library. You walk in. Velmore, you see that same tiefling fellow, the library keeper.
Nice guy.
Yeah. You see in the corner, Jaren and Inafira, they're both sitting at a table. They both have, like, stacks of books that are 10 or 12 books tall sitting next to him. And they're just both sitting there silently reading.
Oh, I feel bad for interrupting them, but I just want to kind of go up and say hi and just kind of be like, how y'all doing?
Yeah. As you approach, you see Annie looks up and she's like, "Well, it's good to see you so soon. We got released last night and we had planned to come look for you today, but had heard that you were somewhat busy, so but it's good to see you when I'm not dying."
Oh, it looks like we came and found you.
Indeed you did.
Yeah,
We had taken a break to do some light reading.
That's light.
I'm a
Old
wizard.
books.
You are also a
Yeah.
wizard now, so get used to it, nerd.
I cast spells, but I'm not a wizard.
Yeah, you and this fellow get aligned a little more, but it's still important to read as an artificer, as I understand it.
Oh, true. Yeah, I do that quite often.
Blueprints and whatnot, little different reading, but
Yeah. Who knows
you
what
s-
is nerdier?
yeah. You see Q kind of looks over, he nods at you, says, "It's good to see both of you again. I'm feeling a little better, so I'm maybe a little bit um I'll probably come off a little bit less rude now that I'm not in hell."
Oh,
Yeah,
you weren't
that's
rude before.
understandable. I don't remember you being
Yeah.
rude, but that's fair.
Yeah. You had a lot going on, you know? Shit happens.
Yes, it does. But did you come find us? Do you need something from us, or are you just coming for a nice conversation?
The latter. We just wanted to, we heard y'all were released, so we just wanted to come check on y'all and see how everything was going.
Yeah.
And you sound like a pretty good artificer, and I don't get to meet a whole lot of those, so
Hugh
maybe
smiles
we
a
could
little bit, and he says, I do not call myself good. It is just something I have been doing for a long time.
yeah, like-minded people.
It is not. There are people who came before us who have created great things that shape the world, and I wish to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That is really what it comes down to. I do not wish to make weapons of great destruction. I wish to, I guess, be an architect in a way.
You know, making weapons is kind of like an architect too, just in a different way.
It can be, and I think that it can be an honest trade and necessary for people like us. I have crafted many weapons for myself and my party, but I feel as if my end goal, my magnum opus, is not to leave the world with only destruction. I want to build something great.
That is understandable.
Good dream.
I like to think it keeps me grounded. I've heard many tales of people who learn the secrets that we have, and take them in an unruly direction.
I do tend to be a little bit unruly, but only towards the people who deserve it.
Yes, well. While I understand the need to make things to defend yourself, do be aware that the things you create are safe in your hands, but if you were to ever lose them,
That is understandable. I tend to not let that happen. Hopefully, it won't happen in the future.
as I would hope not, I have had my eye on some of the things you carry around, and while I understand how they work, they are rather powerful compared to the average of their kind.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Just know that if certain individuals got their hands on that, they could replicate it.
Yeah, I try not to let them do that. Usually, I try to let them be destroyed before anyone can get their hands on them.
He nods. He says, "Yes, I may sound paranoid, but as you might imagine, after my small stint in hell, in which the devil made me build him a
Right.
hospital, I now understand the value of certain technologies in the wrong hands."
Well, I understand that. I mean, not like you do, but like I can get it.
But
Like,
no, I do not wish to bring
empathy.
down the mood. It is simply something I wish to mention. And a conversation I intend to also have with your long-eared friend.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it too. We work together sometimes.
Yes, I think he might be too good. It worries me.
Oh,
He does
Sabia?
show a lot of skill. Yeah, that yeah, I am.
He's,
Well, who you think you're talking
he's
about?
sweetie pie. I wish
Yes.
I
I have no issue
yeah.
with him as a person. He seems very kind and caring, but it is hard to explain, but as an artificer, there are different types of magic and creation one can feel. There's the magic that people like Fi and I use, and there are things like the flames of creation, which are a primordial force that we cannot control. And I think that your friend controls the latter as opposed to what we do.
You know, I gotta agree with you there. But he's a cool dude. I think y'all would really get along.
I think we would
Yeah.
too, but has
You know,
your
the three
friend
of
has
us.
your friend ever, like for example, created or built things for you that make no sense, that do not work by our physics in an incredibly short amount of time?
Not that I know
The
of, but I
only
haven't been with him long enough, so she would probably know.
the only thing he's built me is a fucking sick ass sword.
Q looks and
And
says, "May I observe your sword?"
I mean, yeah, don't run off with it. Then I have to
Of
kill
course,
you.
I would not
Just
think of
kidding.
it. Yeah, of course. I just wish to analyze it.
Yeah, of course. When I give
Yeah.
my sword and I let him look at it.
Yeah, he kind of sets it on the table in between you guys. You see his hands kind of light up with blue magic as he's casting a variation of the identify spell. He kind of looks at it and says, "This blade itself is made from normal material you can find in our world. But do you wonder where the star-like pattern inside comes from?"
You know, I didn't really think to ask. I just thought it was pretty. Thought it was
I
pretty cool.
think that is what I speak of. This weapon feels to me as if it was made in an almost impossibly short amount of time, and additionally is far too powerful for what these materials should be able to hold.
Hmm.
This, by all rules, is not something artificers should be able to do. I myself
Yeah,
could not make this.
he's got a
He
point.
is a he is a little different than other people.
Yes, and I think that is good in a way, but imagine if that I don't want to call him a boy and demean him, but imagine if he were in the hands of somebody else able to produce things like this en masse.
Yeah, it would not be good.
I do not worry about your friend's intentions, but the wielding that much power is a risk in and of itself.
Yeah. We've had some talks with him about that. I think it's just if it arises, then we'll have to figure out what to do.
Well, let us hope it does not arise, but I would recommend you keep a close eye on him, and I will be doing the same.
You know
Not
what
in the
though?
way of not in the way of watching him, but ensuring that he is not being watched.
You know what though, Q? You, me, and the long-eared guy, we should all get together and build something one day. That way you can get kind of close and really keep an eye on him, but we can also make something incredible.
As impressive as whatever we build may be, we must consider if bringing something that dangerous into the world is worth it. It would need to be
It doesn't
a
even have to
last
be a
resort.
destructive thing. We can just build something.
That would be more along something I would prefer, but I have noticed that you and your friend tend to lean towards destructive objects, and
I mean, yeah, we lean to it, but I'm not opposed to building something non-destructive.
possibly we could build some kind of maybe a defensive structure of some kind on your ship.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I've done defensive stuff for the ship just to protect it. I'm definitely willing to do that.
It is something to consider. We will have to speak more on the matter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will begin to concoct ideas. I recommend you do the same.
I shall.
But yes, and he hands you back your sword. He says, it, it is not his fault, and it is no fault with him, but your friend contains a raw magic that it cannot be accessed by people anymore. And not only that, he would be one of the only people pulling on that magic, an immeasurable pool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dangerous.
He may have control now, but I worry that at some point it may become too much.
We are trying to find ways to keep him leveled.
But you seem to trust him with your life, and that is enough for me, as you saved mine. So,
Yes, he's he's got a lot going on, but he, to my knowledge and all the time I've spent with him, is genuinely a good person and doesn't wish to cause anyone any harm that he can control.
he nods and says, well, let us hope nothing changes that.
Yeah, I hope not.
The greatest asset people like us can have who stand on the side of good is individuals like him sitting with us.
I do agree. It would be good to keep him on our side at all costs.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure we will all speak very soon, and Inferior and I going to go catch up and have a date.
Oh, have a good time.
Yes, have a good time.
Of course, we will see you later.
Yes.
All right, and you guys head off. At this time, fight you get a text from Bran saying, of course, in his old man text speak, I need to show you something. Period.
I just kind of look over to Valmori's walk. He's like, I guess Brand's ready for us. For something. He wants us to do something. Let's go.
Well, yeah. All right.
He says we'll be at dorm.
To the dorm we go.
Let us go.
All right. So everybody kind of reconvenes at the dorm. As you guys all approach, you see Bran sitting there around a roaring fire in the fire pit that's like purple, and he's smoking a pipe.
Ah, Bran, you never change.
No reason to.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't fix it if it ain't broken.
True, 1,000 years of doing that. Might as well keep it up, right?
My lungs probably look crazy,
For how I imagine.
but I have something I do not want to push upon you, but that I believe may be of help. If you
Okay.
remember, after the events with Vanala, I and the wife went and collected as much information as we could on the Rune children,
Mm-hmm. Such as my mom.
such as your mother. And I found the original city of the first people where they came from, and in my travels I procured a memory.
Ah, is that a good one?
It is not, it is the memory, at least. It originated from a man who is now a lich,
Ah,
but the memory itself is a perspective of the city. In the moments where the Rune children were almost entirely eradicated, and also became integral to the power of the weave. It is unpleasant, but I think it may be a necessary evil.
Brandon showed Fi some memories before, right? Like this is something that's happened.
Somewhat?
Like
Oh
he
yeah,
showed.
yeah.
Fi says, "Well, I mean, done this before, so do it again."
Yes, but this one will be much longer and much more unpleasant.
Well, you only live once, right? You
So
make
they
it seem
say.
like we should do it. So
It would benefit you, but I must warn you. Dying in this vision will not kill you in real life, but it will cause some mental damage. Experiencing death is damaging to anyone's psyche.
well, try not to die then.
You must try your best. If you do, you will wake up in your body, but the mental anguish will still be there for a while.
Is that like one of those things we could fix going to therapy? Because I know some people.
I'm not sure if therapy's come that far in 1,000 years.
Hmm. Well, we'll just try not to die.
If you remember, it was kind of a new thing back then.
Yeah, my grandpa still refuses to do it.
It was a Gary-based thing. He started mandating it when he took over the churches. He
That
said, we
doesn't
need to have
surprise me.
therapists in our churches because we have a real mental health crisis. And everyone was like, what's mental health? And it was a whole thing.
That does not surprise me.
But if all of you, and he looks at the rest of the party, are willing to take this, it might give you some insight on what you're dealing with.
I think insight is well needed.
What do you say? You're real quiet.
Oh, I said I think the insight is well needed.
And my insight's really low, so I need some insight.
Fi says my insight is only +6. It's like
No, it's
0, right,
negative.
actually?
It's -1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god. Sounds good to me. I think it would benefit us very much.
He looks around and says, what you are going to see is a story of utter death and decay. There is no happy ending. You must understand this.
Well, if there's no happy ending, like, does that mean we're gonna die anyway in this year?
I cannot say. I have never seen the end myself.
Uh,
Do you have any other information that you were able to get from the memory, like when it was?
I do not know the date, but I have a feeling that information was kept secret until towards the end for a specific reason. It's part of why I've never seen it. As a rune child, it seems to affect me more intensely. Watching the death of millions of my people.
do you intend to show us the ending? Is that safe for us?
None of you are rune children, so it should be.
You got a point
Fi,
there.
you have rune child. Oh no, you're adopted. Or they don't. Yeah. So yeah, none of you are rune children. So yeah.
That's good. We won't suffer, potentially.
This will
Yeah, he
be,
says you will feel every strike you take.
Well, we won't suffer like a rune child would. I guess is what I mean.
This will be my second time living through a vision like that.
He says, you should not get used to it, my son.
Actually, my third time. I felt it all in my first vision.
So Brain kind of looks around and just waits for everybody to give their approval.
What do we got to lose?
A lot.
Okay,
Other than some like mental anguish.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll find a
Well,
therapist.
man.
I'm done.
All right. So Bran stands up, uses his staff to kind of carry his weight. Says, I'll need all of you to sit or lie down in a circle.
I will sit.
Oh wait, quick question.
Mhm.
What happens to Sabir while we're gone? Cause like, isn't it bad for us to leave him alone?
He'll be here, but this vision is only taking even no matter how long it is in your mind, it's only a couple minutes in the real world.
Oh, okay, chill.
So like you guys could spend a week in the vision and it might be 5 minutes in real life.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Yeah. So Sabir will just be sitting by. He's not going to take part because that would be horribly dangerous.
No, it should be
How are
fine.
you sitting?
If you guys want him to try and take part, you're welcome to, but he'd have to make some rolls.
No, it's okay.
No,
it's
that's
fine.
okay. I don't
He
think
should
he
be part
needs to
of
see
this.
that.
He
I
should be
mean-
part of
Back
this.
as himself.
You know, he's part of the group. I feel like it's
And not
kinda
only
cool
that, there are
leaving out.
easier ways to show him what you saw after the fact, with like encode thoughts and stuff.
I think Duncan
I
should
just don't
take
think.
Yeah, put Duncan in.
Duncan just becomes a
Don't think
normal
he-
rat that can't talk.
He's just there.
I
At the
wasn't
end,
even
he's like,
there
that
for
fucking sucked. I hated that.
I wasn't even there for 30 seconds.
I got stomped by a guard. It's so fucked up.
Goes
He
back
doesn't
to the
even
rat
get-
war. Flashbacks.
I have the need for blood.
It doesn't even give him mental anguish though, because he's a rat.
That god had it coming.
Yeah, I killed him. What of it?
Oh, do it again.
I ate his fucking heart. All right. So everybody sits or lays down in a circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You see, Brain kind of stands in the center. He pulls an object out of his pocket. It seems to be a little petrified twig. And he sets it down in the center. And he says, I do not know exactly when in the memory you will begin, but I do know that you will simply be passengers. You will have free will over your body in a way, but there are certain constants that these people did that you will not be able to affect.
Are there any hints or anything you can give us
It
towards what's
seems
going to
as if with
happen?
this memory, everyone who sees it is from the perspective of a different person. So any insight I give you would not be pertinent to the people that you would be observing.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but when I watch the memory, I am in the body of the Archmagos.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. The big bad general guy. Yeah, cool.
I feel as if that is also why I have never watched it to the end, but it is something I must warn you of. Any insight I would give you would not necessarily help.
Oh yeah, that's Maruk or Dawn, right? The Archmagos, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I forgot I didn't change it.
Sit around the campfire,
Clay.
sing our
Yeah,
campfire
Clay.
song.
I don't think Clay's gonna go.
It isn't.
Sorry.
If I guidance
There
him,
we
maybe?
go.
Dang it.
Better intelligence.
Clay's just a lump of dirt.
Yeah, I was about to say he's just
No.
yes.
Clay through the eyes of
Square foot
Orcus.
of dirt.
He's the rock
Hungry.
primordial. My child, I hunger.
Where is Mama?
Me
Mother.
hungry. He fucking blows out the kid. He's like, I threw up.
Tears, there's like tears streaming down.
All right. So you guys all sit in the circle. Bran sets his twig down the middle and begins to kind of slowly walk in a circle, casting spells. You see these purple and blue magical runes start to appear in the air, and he's kind of flicking them in different directions into the ground, making this really complex pattern that webs around all of your bodies.
He's doing the thing.
Takes a good minute. Takes about 10 minutes for him to finish it, as you guys are just kind of sitting there chilling.
Can I guide myself?
There's no roll.
Oh, there's no roll? Oh, dude, I was scared. I'm sorry. Dude, I thought I was gonna like die or something.
No, there's no roll.
Dude, I was a little scared. Yeah.
Guidance, a death saving throw?
Who knows?
Although Bran probably could kill us all here, and within an instant, we wouldn't even know it happened.
No.
I guess if we really wanted, yeah. Well, Bran could cast Wish, so.
Let's do this shit.
So, you guys are all sitting there. You guys see these runes start to fly around and kind of hit the ground into the sand and dirt around your bodies. They start to light up all these different colors. It's like an aurora, red, blue, green, purple, just kind of waving in and out of each other. It starts to get louder. You guys hear this kind of loud, blaring music. It almost sounds like an anthem. Bran's having to like raise his voice to talk over. He says, "All right, you're ready to go. I can't help you once you're in. Be safe, and don't do anything stupid."
I'm gonna
Rowan.
look at Rowan before
Rock.
we go in.
Everyone looks at Rowan.
No promises.
Yeah. And you guys, like, your bodies are, like, shaking and vibrating. Your eyes start to roll into the back of your head, and you guys feel as you're almost like your souls are thrown out of your body into this bright, like, tunnel, like, webway thing, shooting you up into the sky. Your bodies are still there. You can see them as you look down, but your astral forms are thrown out into the sky.
First
Oh,
time.
You guys... First
No.
Actually,
you guys
no, this
travel
is-
through this tube. You can see the earth, or the school, the earth of the school, leaving behind you as you shoot into what looks like the astral plane for a second. But then as you keep going, you see kind of this gray mist in front of you that you're approaching, and it looks like you're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit it, and you don't know if it's solid or not. And then you bust through, and all of a sudden, you guys are over this huge, giant, easily 300-mile wide city. You're just in the air, bird's eye view over the whole thing. You see towers. You see spires going up as tall as the mountain. All kinds of different crazy technologies. You see different ships and kind of aeronautic vehicles moving through the air around you. Very close, you see airships that are made of wood, but the engines on them are powered by just powered. Like, you can see the tether to the weave. You can see where this engine is connected straight into a break in reality that's powering it. You guys go over the city. You're flying. You see people that look like ants below you, millions of them, just kind of roving through the city. You see small markets, people buying groceries, simple stuff like that. As you look further, you see lines of men in robes walking down the street, some with pointy hats, others with different kind of simple vestments, all over. And as you guys go, you're over the city. Each of you, your astral form splits and flies off in a different direction in the city, moving at breakneck speed, so fast even your astral form feels like your neck is about to break, and you all black out.
Way.
And with
Campaign's
that-
over.
Ranger Rick, you wake up
Hmm.
about 6 a.m., bright and early, in your tower. You see your finely made woven bed. You see your kind of wheatgrass blanket, all of these different vines growing up the room of your wall. You have no glass in your windows. It's just completely open to the outside. As you arise, you walk out to this huge landing pad and look over your city. And you see the great city of Angora
I'm
and all
combing
its
my
splendor.
mustache as I'm looking.
Your city. You have to be at the studio in about an hour for the morning show. So what are you doing?
I'm finishing up combing my mustache, obviously, and then I go get ready. Look over my script or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So you describe what Ranger Rick getting ready looks like.
Well, he just kind of like goes into his little bathroom area, quickly gets ready, and then throws on his khaki shorts and his little button-up shirt, tucks it in, puts on his hat, which is all brim, his sunglasses. And he goes,
Classic sunglasses.
ready to go.
And you walk around. This is just mainly your bedroom. But as you walk around, you see all kinds of different trophies from throughout your life, different herbs, rare herbs you've collected, things like that. You look around. As you're sitting there, you hear out the window, and you see as your pet griffin, whose name is Sparky, lands there.
Ah, Sparky, how's it going?
He kind of walks up, and he's like, as he kind of
Yeah.
nuzzles his head into you, just walks into your room.
Good boy, good boy.
He
Today
kind
is
of like
going to be an
he kind
adventure,
of kneels
just like
down.
every day.
Yeah, he kind of kneels down. You know that when he does that, he's asking if you need a ride to work.
Of course, just like every day.
Yeah, he nods and turns around. He walks back out to the huge landing platform right outside your room, where you have like a trough full of just dead mice for him. He starts eating.
Circle of life, Sparky.
You start getting ready. As you are getting ready, go ahead and open up Ranger Rick's sheet and roll me a perception check.
Okay. There it is.
A 15. Okay. Ooh.
Okay.
You don't notice anything, but as you're walking out to the balcony, as you're prepared, at the last second, you hear a whistling through the air as you are pelted with something really hard, and you hear, "Heh, I got you."
I look in the direction it came from.
You look in some of the vines in your room that go up to the ceiling, and you see, near the ceiling, hanging from some vines, who just shot you with a small short bow and a padded arrow, is your daughter.
And I just look and go, ah, it got
shoot.
me.
Shooter.
She kind of smiles, and she's like, "You're not paying good attention, Dad."
Yeah. Just woke up, but it's good. You're learning. You're getting good.
Yeah, I'm a better ranger than you. We know it.
Yeah, you are.
She kind of climbs down. She says, "You have to go to work today?"
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
It's all right. I'll watch you on the TV.
I know you will.
What are you gonna be home tonight?
I assume so. We'll see.
I know you said that you have the big meeting in a couple days with all the kings and stuff, so I didn't know if you were gonna come home.
Yeah. I'll try to make it home. You know how they
Alrighty.
are.
Well, I'll have the maids make dinner if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably gonna go hang out with Astra if that's okay.
Yeah, just be safe.
All right. All right. Well, I still got you. You
Yeah, you
suck.
still did. I'm very proud of you.
All right. I'll see you, Dad. She gives you a little
Yeah.
hug.
Give her a nice little hug back.
She runs out of the room. By the way, your daughter's name is Syra.
Have a good day, Syra.
She says, I will, Dad. She runs out of the room, and you head off for work. You take to the skies over the city and head into your studio, preparing for the day. And with that, we're going to cut over to Mr. S. Karen.
All right.
As you have not really slept, but woken up from your rest. Very early, around 4 a.m., you spent the first couple hours alone reading through a couple of books, and you now are analyzing the basically guard plan for the morning. As you're sitting in your office, you see a very middle-aged looking elf woman, kind of dark olive skin, long black hair, walk in. And she says,
My lord, what are the orders for today?
Same as usual. I mean, there's nothing that I'm forgetting about going on today, correct?
It should be normal. Besides, are there any specific preparations you'd like to make for the Summit of the Gods in a couple days?
Just as per regular, make sure the area around the building is plenty secure enough, and
Do we want a guard increase on the temple?
would that be taking away from anywhere else by increasing it?
We would have to. The miners' district would have to go without some guards for a couple days.
How well staffed are we still going to be there?
It would. We already run a pretty low guard count there, anyways. It would be. They would have maybe a dozen guards there for about 2 days.
Well, that's fine. This summit is our main priority anyway. There's a lot of big names there. We need to make sure that that's absolutely secure no matter what. So
I mean, I don't want to impose, but if you have, maybe we could ask the site warden, Mr. Rick, to see if he could spare any rangers to watch over.
yeah, I think that would be yes, he's familiar with that land, I suppose. I suppose Mr. Rick wouldn't mind maybe lending a few, if you would like to send word to him.
I'll have a messenger sent, but also the miners' district is close to one of the walls, so it wouldn't be too far out of their regular patrol for them to keep an eye on it.
Of course, I don't want to hassle Mr. Rick anymore. He has a lot on his plate as it is, but if he can, I
Of course.
would really appreciate it.
I'll make sure I get word to his assistant.
Any news with the patrols today? Anything besides maybe petty crimes going on that has happened?
Nothing particular. Fairly good morning so far. Roll call went well. Daniel called in again.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
I told him it was fine. You know, we have a pretty good sick day plan here. You know, it's not a big deal, but that I told him I didn't feel like his heart was in the job. So I told him that if he feels like it's not for him, that maybe we can all have a talk and maybe he can do something else. But
Yes, I mean, it's becoming a pattern and too frequent at this point.
yeah, it's just like every week. It's like 2 days, and it's like I get it, man, but you have like 2 other days off.
Yeah.
But no, that's pretty much all I have for you. I'll make sure that these messages get where they go, and I'll have the guards start on their patrols for the morning.
Thank you. I'm very appreciative of that, Asaba.
She says, of course, my lord. And she bows and turns around. As she leaves the room, you hear a small voice from the corner kind of come out. He says, "Irresponsible Daniel. Daniel. Not showing up for work? I'll have to write this in the book.
You watch as a small auto gnome walks out.
Thimble, what was his reason for calling out? Do we know? He said he was
Yes,
sick.
I tapped the wire call. He did say that he was ill.
And
I do know that he is not ill, and that he had gone out partying with his brother last night and is simply hungover.
well, if he just would have said that, maybe we could have worked things out better, but anything of note that I need to know of this morning?
The usual, merchants bribing each other. I have been keeping an eye on the guard who you believe were paid off, and I can confirm most of them have been paid off to look the other way for certain illicit goods in the market district. So I have started concocting a plan to act on that. Otherwise, there is not any particular news. Some of my agents tell me that the convoys are near for the Summit of the Gods. Most of them do not carry many soldiers in tow, but the Goliath king from the Angali tribe, he seems to have brought a retinue of soldiers.
Just make sure we put the maximum security we can on those convoys. We don't want to start anything.
Of course, my lord. And I will ensure that they are watched their entire way into the city. But another matter, you had asked me to see if it was possible to glean any information on the recent doings of some of the higher councils.
I have.
And I regret to inform you that despite my best efforts, I cannot seem to get an agent inside.
We just tried to keep at it, Thimble, but I have to reiterate that if it comes down between you getting that information and getting caught, do not go any further. I cannot stress enough how bad that would go if you were.
Of course, my lord. We are the chosen people of the matron of lies. We hold our secrets, her mistruths. Being caught is against everything we stand for.
Well, why do you think you're in my right hand, Thimble?
Of course, my lord. I will have reports for you throughout the day, but I must go give assignments.
Of course.
Of course. Thimble, you see, scurries out of like a small door in the corner of the room. That's not the main door. You stand there for a second. You get a kind of buzz over your communications link. You hear a voice that says, "Master Estok, I wish to speak to you."
Yes, Sal?
I have been placing the automaton forces at different points throughout the city, but what do you wish to do with the crawlers?
The crawlers. Have the crawlers check underneath the city if you can. Sewer systems, anything.
They will run the sewers very well. Shall I get permission from Master Isha, since that is his domain?
I would very much prefer you do that instead of just invading.
Understood. I will go speak to him. Are there any specific orders for the day for the automaton forces?
The automatons, some of the convoys are heading this way for the meeting in a few days. I would like if we maybe set up perimeters, just make sure there's no extra...
Would you like us to set up a perimeter somewhat outside of the city to receive them early?
Yes, please.
Understood. Additionally, there is... I do not know if it is true, but one of my soldiers came to me and mentioned that he had heard some of the lower class speaking of ill tidings from this summit. Should we be concerned?
Is there any evidence or merit, or is it just petty rumor?
It seems like petty rumor, but it is hard to say. They speak of end times and betrayal and all of these specifics, but I do not know to give it any levity or not.
I'll convene with some of the others of the circle to see if they have anything, and I'll get back to you with that cell.
Of course, my lord. I will go hand out assignments, and I will make sure that there's a number of guards outside of the city to receive our guests.
Of course, and please just report back to me on anything you find in the Undercity.
Of course, my lord. From flames we are built, to flames we return.
All right.
So you kind of stand up and you go about your day. You walk outside. You see some of your clerks in your office, going around and filing paperwork. They all kind of nod and wave at you. Most of them are human. Your clerks. They all seem to like you well enough. I mean, you're a pretty good boss. You walk outside. You see a few of the Auxilia Umbra guards, the human guards outside. You don't really use automatons to man your own stuff. What does Estok do with his morning? What are you starting off with?
I think Estok would like to check out any local showings going on that day.
Theaters? Okay. You walk down to the theater. There's like a matinee show around noon in a couple hours. That will probably not be very packed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he would probably go to that if he's not busy.
Yeah, it's like an hour show. You could use your lunch break for it because you don't eat.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So you kind of walk around in the morning, do your rounds. You walk around, say hello to a bunch of the shopkeepers and people that know you. You see a bunch of, of course, as you walk by, kids and stuff pointing and looking at you and the large, incredibly long rifle on your back. As you approach, you see that there are. You normally do your rounds in the morning through most of the sections of the city. You don't walk the whole city, but you do have the means to at least set foot in every section within a couple hours in the morning. As you walk into the miners section, you see that there are, as expected, in the miners section, there are some amount of homeless people here. But you see that they seem to be all huddled together.
I kind of want to walk up and be like, sorry to intrude, gentlemen. Is everything all right?
You see as they hear you approach, they all kind of like turn around. There's probably like 8 of them total. You see 4 of them just start sprinting.
Damn. That looks guilty. I'm gonna call for some of the guards to maybe try to cut them off.
Okay. The 4 that are there, they all put their hands up and they're like,
We are not doing anything, my lord.
I would believe you if 4 of you hadn't just ran.
We are just fearful of the guard in this area. We are not as privileged as some, and some of the guard is less than kind to us.
Can you?
We do not see people as high as you very often, my lord. It was simply fear.
Can I insight him?
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. A 12? Well, he rolled in that one. He's telling the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks at you. He's like, we were just discussing faiths and ideas, and it was just talk, my lord. We meant no insult.
I'll communicate immediately for the guards to stand down, and I'll kind of walk up and I'll be like, can you point out some of the guards who have maybe been less than kind to you, sir?
He says, I would not wish to get anybody in trouble, my lord. It is not my place. They serve the city. Our suffering is inconsequential.
No. You know as well as I do that that's not true. While they do serve the city, they serve the city under my order.
I do remember their faces, but I must say they did not beat us or hurt us in that way. It was simply unkind words and the expectation that we would provide them drink and food at our expense, and it is not a serious ordeal, my lord. Again, I do not wish to cause anybody any strife.
Truthfully, my friend, it would be worse for them if I were to find out by you not telling me and having to investigate them. It matters not if they laid hands on you or just extorted you for drink and food, as you say. Either way, there's no place for it in this city.
He kind of looks down and she says, I
Well, it was a fellow named Daniel and another individual.
Did you happen to catch the appearance or the name of the other individual?
I do not know if he was a god, but he looked somewhat like Daniel.
Well, I appreciate you for your help in this investigation, and I'm gonna toss him 20 gold.
You see he like his eyes light up and he's like,
My lord, this is far too much.
Well, consider it payment for your help here today.
he smiles and he you see he starts passing gold out to everybody and he's like, go grab the others. We must make sure everybody is fed.
Of course, and please do not refrain to let me know if anything happens again, my friends.
He looks at you and he like bows radiantly and he says, I did not expect you to be so human, my lord.
Well, they, not many think that people of my kind can be human, but I suppose I'm the exception.
It seems so. We all deeply appreciate your kindness. This gold will feed many of us for a long while.
Of course. And I'll start heading back on my way, and I'll have the soldiers I had stop them return to their post.
Yeah. You get a confirmation. They're like,
Yes, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, we're gonna cut over deeper into the mining district to Eurixus Annum. You have arose in your tower near everybody else's, and took your about hour and 15-minute walk over to the mining district where you run most of the craftsman guilds and stuff like that. You currently are in your personal forge. You have a leather apron on, and you are currently hammering out all variety of different tools and necessities, hammers, nails, horseshoes, anything the city could need at a breakneck pace. You are producing incredibly quick. There's a room behind you. You have your own small forge that opens up into a larger room behind you where there are hundreds of craftsmen with small forges all crafting similar things, all going about 1/10 the speed of you.
I think I just say, come on, men and women. We have a deadline to catch here. We can do this.
You see kind of older human man approaches you. He's also got a leather apron. You see he's got like robes, but he's got him like the top half is like down and tied around his waist, so he's shirtless under the apron. And he walks up and he says, Master Adam, we are closing in on the deadline, but we are struggling to finish the masterwork gifts for the visitors in time. I do not know how you wish to approach it, but truthfully, I think the only solution is if you would to make them yourself. I think you are the only one of us who is fast enough.
Thank you, Gus. Okay. Do you think that some of the men and women can handle my load while I do
He
that?
says, I will personally take over your production if need be. While you do this, I can handle it.
Okay. Well, I'll leave things to you. And then I start
Yes.
kind of laying down blueprints and stuff to what I'm going to build.
Yeah. So you go through and you find these very complex. Basically, you guys are building very complex puzzle boxes for all the guests. And they're very hard to make. They require a ton of moving parts that have to be very specifically machined and created. And a normal person can make it, but it takes them about a full day, whereas you can pump out about 4 or 5 a day.
Okay. And I just grab my holy symbol and say, "Sir, to guide me." And get to work.
You, in a fucking flurry, just start hammering out these things. You spend a good 2-3 hours just to finish 2 of them, which is still incredibly fast speed. You only need to make a few more, but by the time you're done, it's about noon, and you do know that at some point throughout the day, you do need to go talk to the rest of the council about things. As you're working on it, go ahead and roll a D100.
Okay.
95. All right. You while you're working on it, it's not as if you have like a divine intervention moment, but you do feel just pure fire and magma running through your veins. You feel the metal. It's not as if you're shaping the metal. It's as if you are simply turning the metal into what it was always intended to be.
I feel very inspired. Makes me want to work even harder.
Yeah, and these puzzle boxes are incredibly intricate, crazy, shiny, fancy, encrusted with gems. All of these crazy runes and engravings on the side. And each one of them is made with a different puzzle that's supposed to appeal to the person it goes to. After a little while, you see a small kind of gnomish woman walk up, and she says, "Master Aeternum, we have I have gotten word from the Circle of Diamond. They have demanded that in addition to all of this, that we take on a new project for them."
They're so greedy. What is it they requested?
They request a cage made of mithril.
And they expect me to make this cage with no question?
It seems so, and you are the only one of us who can work with mithril. So I do not understand. They did not give me any specifics.
I understand. And mm,
If you wish, I can send them word that you would like to meet about this project first.
I think so, but can you first send word to Misari? I wish to not speak to them. Yeah, Misari. I wish to not speak with them alone, but this raises too many questions for me.
Of course, my lord, I will have him here post haste. I believe he is at the temple, which should not be much of a travel. I will have word sent immediately.
Very good. I'm gonna try to knock these out as fast as I can while you do that.
So you go back to it, and with that, we're going to cut over to Gabe, Masiri, and Thal. You are carrying out your morning rituals, cleaning the temple. Also present is Rock's character, Neris Valtiel, because the two of you help run this monastery/temple together. The two of you are here alone. None of the friars or other monks or anything have showed up. But you two are simply walking around, kind of sweeping up the area, cleaning up different relics and stuff left out from the night before, laying out cloths, hanging new tapestries, also just kind of dolling things up for this endeavor because these wizards will surely want to see the temple. As you guys are doing this in the morning, you see people start to pass through the street here and there, the sun rising. What are you two doing?
Oh, fuck. I'm sobering up. Where's my bottle?
Oh, God. Well, I was gonna try to conversate with Rock, but wait, what's Rock's character's name? What's Rock's character's name?
Neris.
Neris. Okay.
Yeah. But Rock's character is always drunk. That's the thing. You always talk to him in that manner because he's a drunken master monk.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
character right now.
Oh, okay, perfect then. I'm like, okay. Well, Neris, you and them drinks, you need to learn to slow down one day.
I'll slow down when I'm dead. So, we think that these damn wizards making us clean, huh? So it gets all pretty for them.
You know, this is just another busy day. I expect us to hopefully continue growing.
Actually, Gabe, what's your character's name? I don't think I got it.
Siri.
Miss Siri. Okay. Not you, Siri. Shut up. So all we're doing is just cleaning right now?
Yeah, I mean this is your morning ritual. So like whatever you guys think you would normally do in the mornings, well, it's just the two of you hanging out in here.
No. I'm just cleaning and drinking. Honestly, I got like a bottle in my left hand and a broom in my right. Just going crazy with this.
Um, question above table. Do we have any context of like these players? I haven't been able to meet with you, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
the notes are
Well,
in the
Gabe also didn't. We didn't go over Gabe's. So Gabe, you are Mysterianthal. Your title in the city is the Arceus Primus.
Mhm.
You have two people that work under you. One is named Asha Torkir. She's the only named employee you have. She's the Arceus Secundus. And then you have your third in line. His name is Sivan Dearness. And he is not titled because he's a bit younger. And then you have an entire monastery of friars and druids and all kinds of people that are here.
Yeah. Okay.
You are the champion of the Raven Queen. In addition to that, you work on a lot of like humanitarian efforts and stuff in the city. And you also are almost solely responsible for ensuring that this city still has like living greenery in it. Any life, any trees, grass that's in the city, you planted.
Okay. And then my relation with Nearest.
With Neris, it's that you guys are friends, and this is a city ran by wizards. Religion in general is not something that they give a lot of time of day to, right? There are two temples in the city. One is the one that Eurixus runs, and then the other one, which is more of a religious temple, and then there's the one that you guys run, which is kind of a mix between like a monastic stuff, like monks and whatnot, or druids or religious people. It's kind of a weird thing. But you and Neris run that together. You're decent friends. You've known each other for a very long time. And it's just kind of a open door, holy place.
Okay.
And then your best friend is Ethan's character, which is Eurixus Annam.
That's why I sent for you, because you know.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, since me and Nestor are friends, I'm going to. I don't know. I think I would. Yeah, I would. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna tease him a little bit. So are you brave enough now to try my drink? And I
Repeat that for me.
offer him. I'm gonna tease him a little bit. I'm like, so are you brave enough now to try my drink? And I offer him like to try the L.
Uh,
A
Megan,
Kyrian
correct?
ale.
You're offering this to me, right?
Yeah, try it.
You know I don't. You know I cannot condone with that.
So
Only
high
on a special
minded.
occasion. Especially with tonight being a big night.
You see, people give drunks a bad rap. I think we're pretty fun people, you know.
Do agree with you. I do believe to be very funny at times.
DM, do I have any responsibilities that need to get done today besides clean the monastery?
I mean, you got to get things set up. I mean, the monastery kind of runs itself at this point, but for the most part today, it's just your only like real job within the circle is just helping out however you can with the plans. Anybody else who needs it.
Okay. Would I have received this message yet or no?
Say by this point, after a couple hours of cleaning and getting everything ready, you guys have had like friars and monks file in for a while. You guys, Masiri, you see Asha and Sivan come in. They walk in together. They seem to be having a conversation. They smile and come and greet you. Asha walks in and says, Master Unthal, good morning. We are ready for the day and
what it may bring.
Good morning. And how is the day been for you so far?
It has been good. We arose, went and had a small breakfast, and now we are ready for this, what we assume to be an incredibly arduous day of preparation for our visitors.
It's great to hear. Yes, we have all been preparing as well. Me and our friend here, Nearest, have been cleaning all morning.
We, today, I believe, we will be going through and trying to clean and sanitize certain areas of the city, for appearance purposes and whatnot. Is there anything specific you would like us to do in addition to that?
While cleaning throughout the city, I would like to see if we can examine and make sure that everything is correctly in place for what we will have.
Very well. And of course we will be taking alms for the poor with us. There is one thing. Last night after you had gone home, we had stayed for a while and we received a letter. It's on your desk. I'm sure you haven't been in your office, but the council had sent a request in the Circle of Diamond, and they had requested that we find a way to hide the downtrodden from view when the visitors arrive.
Very well then. I believe the message coming from Uxis, correct?
Yeah, that hasn't got to you yet. It's like it's almost there.
Oh, okay.
This is
okay.
another
It's a
letter
different
straight
one.
from the circle. Yeah.
Okay, very well. Can you send acceptance of our arrival?
Which is very well. I will send them a confirmation that we will have it be done. But I do wish to ask, my lord, are we simply going to offer them refuge in the temple? I feel like that would be the only reasonable thing.
Yes, of course. Anything for our friends.
Very well. I will have it passed on. And as she walks towards the office to go write a letter and everything like that, you see a small gnomish woman run into the temple and says, "Master Enthal, I have a message from you from Master Aeternum."
Old friend. Well,
Yeah.
relay the message.
She says, he has gotten a request from the council to build a strange object, and he has reservations on it, and is going to meet with the council, but first wished to confer with you. And I'm sure, Master Valtiel, if you would wish to come as well, I'm sure your counsel will also be appreciated.
Yes, very well then. We shall meet. Clear up any schedule that I can for make time for free today for this meeting.
Just,
What do you say,
she-
Neris? Do you think you could make time as well?
Yeah, I could make some time. I don't know. I don't like how these higher ups just want to hide our poor and downtrodden. They should see the state of our people, so they don't forget.
I understand, but it is our duty.
It's our
So-
duty to guide their souls, not to hide them. But if this is the course you wish to take, I have my monks gather blankets and food.
Yes, for now, it shall be what we must do.
Yeah, she nods and says, "Very well. I will return and tell Master Aeternum to expect you whenever you are able. I appreciate your willingness to help in this endeavor."
Of course, anything.
And she sprints away, and you guys head off for that. And we'll cut to our last two players, who are right now, in their conjoined offices as the headmaster and assistant headmaster of the Sorcerer's Academy.
Crazy.
Ascilla Demir and Tirsan Fairfoot, you are sitting at desks currently at the moment, filling out paperwork for the school this morning. You are both trying to basically gather student ledgers to show some of your visitors, so you can show the effectiveness of your school. So,
So we're just doing paperwork right now.
so for the moment, there's nothing happening, no messages or anything like that. It's just you two in your offices, hanging out, just kind of going through ledgers and books and everything like that. But as you do, you notice that in the years since you guys have made this school, you've now taught and graduated over 3,000 sorcerers and artificers. People that in this city would have never had a chance because they weren't wizards, are now functioning and powerful members of society.
Sorry, I'm writing. I have things to say. I'm just trying to write everything down.
No,
Yeah,
you're
no, it's
okay.
good. I figured so.
All good, all good. I'll just look at her and say, do you have any ideas of who we should have to show our success so far?
I mean, I think the numbers really speak for themselves. I mean, we've done great work here.
And if you guys
Yeah.
wanted, you could go ask for some of your past students to come make an appearance.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
I think that would be good as well. Get some of our valedictorians or just one of our more successful ones. I think that'd be good. Show how great we've done with our school.
I agree.
As you're standing there, and hold on, give me a second. So Cielo, we never got to get together, so I'm about to throw you some information, okay?
Alright, I'm ready. I got my stuff.
All right. So, Tirsan Fairfoot, your title is the Architect Arcanus.
Okay.
You are the city's basically highest ranked sorcerer, not wizard, but sorcerer. You control the Sorcerer's Academy. Additionally, you also control the city's collection of magical energy. You run the power plant.
Buddy.
And lastly, the most important piece of information, you are the mother of Ranger Rick's kid, Syra.
That's my daughter.
That's your daughter.
That's so cute. I'm gonna put I'm the mother of Sarah, my baby girl.
Now, this is something I mentioned. In this time period in the world, reproduction was not something that was done out of love. But I leave it up to you if your characters would be involved or not.
What would you like to do? You want us to be just co-parents?
It don't really matter. Co-parenting's fine.
Ranger Rick's got a lot of kids when you think about it.
Have a
Every
lot of
kid in the city.
Oh no.
Not in that way. It's like he's the Bob Ross of this city.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to be happy, not just like co-parents, you know?
Yeah, if you guys want to like still be together, that's completely fine. Basically in this society, it's weird and fucked up, but it's almost based off of like genetics. People have kids that are gonna produce the coolest kids. Like that's their goal, is to the sickest kids. That's what they want to do. But that doesn't mean that people don't like each other. So
Yeah.
completely up to you. Or you guys could be in like a weird middle state. Doesn't matter to me.
No.
I mean, I do have a pretty sick ass pad. So.
Okay.
Well, you all have your own places, no matter what. Like you all each have a tower.
Hell
True.
yeah. We'll find a
Yeah,
middle
it doesn't
ground.
have to be decided this moment, but something to think about. So all of that, the two people that work below you are Asante Blackfire.
How do you spell the name? I'm sorry.
Asante Blackfire. Might sound familiar.
All right. Oh, okay.
You guys saw a statue of that lady in school.
We did. All right.
And then the other one is Abar, A-B-A-R, Rohan, which is R-A-U-G-H-A-N. Which, to Metal and Damon, yes, that is Wyrith's last name.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's all connected. It's all coming together.
Asante is a Eladrin woman, and Abar is a Dragonborn.
Sorry.
As you're sitting there, you see Asante walk in. She's wearing a long black cloak. She's got these kind of like dark black loose pantaloons, similar height. She's wearing the same fit as Eugenia, basically. And she walks in. She's got a sword on her side, and she says,
Headmistress, we are beginning classes for the day, but I wanted to ask if you wanted to end school early so we would have more time for preparations.
I think that would be a good idea. Just get the kids an early day out and work on
The
everything.
students have been heckling me asking if we have a half day.
Oh, those darn kids. But that sounds good. That sounds good to me, as long as my buddy right here is okay with it as well.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Damir,
I think
do you approve?
I think that's a great idea. I think we have a lot we need to get ready for and some people we need to contact, so I think letting it end early will be beneficial for everyone.
Very well. I will have some of the staff stay back and have the library be open for study, but I will end the classes early.
Works for me.
Very well. Is there anything specific you would like me to do today? Any work at the school that needs to be done or information gathered for the event?
Actually, we're trying to look for some students that have graduated, or even current students that would like to show or speak about our school, for the preparation. So if you could find a list.
Well, Eugenie says, I would be more than willing to. I mean, I went to school here.
Yeah, that'd be great, as long as you're okay with it.
I would love to. I know that the wizards of the city do not like the style in which I do magic, but they find it brutal and barbaric to use a weapon, but I think maybe the visitors might like it.
I think they would. I think that would be fantastic.
I think, yes, I can speak to some of the other staff as well to see if anyone else would be interested.
Perfect.
I could ask Ernie.
Yeah, sure.
Ernie has he has a really unassuming name, but that dude is a crazy time mage.
Hey, that's whatever.
I once saw him make a goblin, he hit the goblin with the time spell, and the dude died 6,000 times in a second. It was crazy.
Oh God, that doesn't sound
It's
really
fucked up. Some dude named
Yeah.
Ernie with glasses. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on bad terms with Ernie. I wouldn't want that to happen.
I think he may be free. I don't think he has anything going on.
Yeah, whoever, that would be great. That would help us a lot, honestly.
Very well. I will see it done, headmistress. I will be in contact throughout the day if anything changes.
All right. We'll see you around. Thank you very much.
As she walks out, Ascilla, you see a weathered old man walk in with a lantern on his head.
My bestie.
He says,
Mrs. Demir, are we to go to the under the city today? Are we good to go work on the endeavor?
Yes, I believe we are, and I'll just my papers. I'll line up and tell Terson that I'll see her later. I have some things I must attend to. She doesn't need any more help.
she stares at you blankly.
She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No,
He's
nothing.
eyeing me
Nope.
like, "How dare you
Nothing.
leave me here?"
Damn.
Earth to deep.
Tirsan says nothing. I think she's really
What?
just cold shouldering you.
No.
Oh, yeah, she was talking to you.
I'm so
She was
sorry.
talking to me. We just couldn't hear her.
I'm so sorry.
It's fucking
She was
hilarious.
mouthing words
That
at
is-
me, not saying anything.
I just blanked out. I'm like, huh? I'm
That is
sorry.
definitely
Oh.
Dagger's descendant right there.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Wait, DM, above table question. Old D&D group, this time period, what's the...
They're
The
not
time-
even a thought in their daddy's balls right now.
They're not, okay, they're not
Even
even
their
a
daddy's
town,
balls are
yeah.
not a thought in their daddy's balls. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, because he said dagger, I got
These are
confused.
like
Okay.
ancient ancestors.
Yeah,
Their daddy's
this is like...
balls and their balls
Yeah.
of their daddy's daddies. and
Yeah, how
daddy-
many
and-
balls are we
and
talking
Diddy's
about, DM?
balls.
Before balls were called balls.
If
And
everyone
before
was
the Diddy
elven,
party.
even if everyone is elven, at least 10 sets of balls.
Damn, that's a lot of balls. Okay, hold on, let me write this down.
Pairs.
Lore
We're gonna
context.
start measuring
That's
time and the
balls.
amount of balls.
10 sets of balls.
Imagine like a year from now, you go back to your notes and look at it like 10 sets of balls. What was I thinking?
Like,
What does that mean?
balls?
Hey,
Yeah,
Dagger,
kids. Yeah, I
what
used to
was
play
your
D&D
group's
back
name?
in the day, kids. Look at this journal.
Metal, what was your group's name?
Wait, we never got to that.
They never had one.
Wow, just like us. 4
Okay.
nuts and 7 balls ago.
4 nuts and 7.
Okay,
That's funny.
That's pretty
That was
good.
good.
That's pretty good.
I had a dream.
That's
Two different people.
They all sell the ocean blue, bro. That's yeah. They all sell the ocean blue, alright?
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
So, Ascilla, you head off with Malkador. He kind of hobbles along with a little walking stick. You guys head underneath the school to a kind of heavily sealed metal door with a kind of turning wheel. See Malkador, he like reaches up and he turns his lantern on so that it's like light coming out. He walks up and he like real hard like, and turns the wheel.
Let me do that. Why are you doing that?
He goes, I would not wish you to stress yourself, my lady. I can do it. I'm fine.
No, no,
Please.
it's okay. I got it.
do this.
Please let me do it. Please, it's okay. I promise.
I can
I'm
have
not
Sal
stressing
do it.
myself.
If I was there, I'd just have Sal do it.
Fucking
Yeah, so he-
Doc's in the room with us now.
Hey, what you doing?
Where you going? How's it
What's going on here?
My creator.
Hi, mom. You see Malkador kind of steps back and he's like, "Yeah, as you wish, my lady." And you walk up and you one handed just it opens. You guys start walking through a series of tunnels, deeper and deeper and deeper into the city, and you see as you get to another door, which you open. He doesn't even try this time.
Good.
You walk into a large clearing, a huge amphitheater under the ground that you've cleared out. You see 8 pylons
covered in runes, and littered around are the scraps of giant mechanical, what you know to be engines, but what nobody else would be able to tell them as. You see hundreds of them littered around this huge amphitheater, and these 8 pillars covered in runes, and at the top, a small sphere, seemingly each containing a set of runes that are flying around the sphere and bouncing off the walls at breakneck speed, as if they're being contained inside.
Okay, that's a lot of info to take in.
Here, we'll be right back.
Keeping secrets.
So, I'm continuing taking notes, by the way. So if anyone's missed anything, I've gotten everything except for those names that he said that worked for UCLO. Me and
Mhm.
Maddie were arguing over type. She said I failed Spanish, which I did not.
I would believe it.
But I
asked Maddie if I could see my kid. She told me no. Like, oh, let me see my kid. She's like, no.
it's like a bad divorce
next.
situation.
Okay.
So you stand there, the 8 pylons, the mechanics all over the room. The weird part is, with as many engines are as in here, all the ones you need are already installed. These were extra.
Look at me, smart cookie.
So, what are you doing as you enter the room? Malkador kind of walks forward and says,
My lady, it's almost ready. I just need to connect the power source, and it would be able to be done. But I worry about the implications of draining. It would be near 80% of the city's power for this.
Oh, I mean, that is an issue, but
I do
think
not
what
think
we're doing
I
here-
do not think the Circle of Gold will approve.
Well, the circle of gold kind of sucks. I didn't say that. I did.
No,
but I
I
didn't say
understand what you mean, my lady, but it is, even if what you are doing would be a benefit for the people, if it would turn us into a monolith to humanity, I do not think the council would sit idly by and let you.
that. I mean, what's the worst the council could do? If it's already off the ground, how are they gonna stop me? You know?
I fear what they might do after the fact, my lady. I am old, and I have lived for many years, and I have lost many people, and I do not wish to see a candle as bright as yours extinguished over something so... I don't know.
I mean, I understand your point and your reservations, but at this point, I think the pros are outweighing the cons of us doing this, but taking 80% of the city's power would be an issue.
Well, I've done the math, and with the remaining 20%, we could still power all of the districts, but the circle district, the district in which all of the circles live, draws near 80% of the city's power on its own. They would have none, and I do not feel as if the wizards of this city would allow that. The normal people would be fine and able to live, but these wizards, their experiments, what they're doing.
Seems we have come to a predicament. Truthfully, I do not care if those people do not have power, but logistically, I don't want them wreaking havoc on the rest of the people because they are without power.
Yes, I cannot imagine they would let the rest of the city enjoy their normal lives and live in squalor. I just feel as if they would begin taking other places.
Yeah.
I mean, they have ruled the city for so many years that people forget that there's a power in the populace.
I agree. there any other source of power we can draw from that won't, I guess, disrupt the powers that be, make them
Uh,
upset?
Unless someone had collected an immense amount of magical energy and stowed it away,
Mm.
I do not think so. But maybe the headmistress could help. I know she controls the power supply of the city. But I do not know.
She might be able to, but that also means bringing her in on what we're doing, and to do that, there would need to be another person I conferred with before doing that.
Very well. I will. I do assume there is the way that if every wizard in the city were to give up some amount of their magical power, not permanently, but were to essentially just pour some amount of pure aether into this, it could also work. But I don't know how you would convince any wizards to act in any form but greed.
I completely agree with you there. If I I honestly just don't think that's a possibility. I don't think they can see past themselves, even for the greater good of all of our people.
But I will, if you command it, I will begin connecting the devices in preparation.
Above table, Korath knows what I'm doing, correct?
Oh yeah, he's not down here or he's not down here currently, but yeah, he knows what you're doing. He helped you build all the engines.
Okay. I want to tell him to hold off for right now until I can talk with Korath and just make sure this is the right move. I don't want to act too hastily and end up causing problems for the people we serve. Not the wizards, 'cause fuck them, but our actions would have consequences, and their actions would affect other people who
Was that
have done
Modron?
nothing wrong. Yeah, it was.
Bars. Fair enough.
Said a
So
whole bunch of
you,
slurs.
yeah, you tell Malkador to hold off for a minute. You, Korth right now is like in the mountain. He's probably a few miles away. You can get to him through the underground tunnels, or you could just send a message.
I'll just send him a message and tell him there's some things I want to discuss,
Yeah.
and when would be a good time to meet him or him come meet me.
You get a sending. He says,
I'm busy working on the fireworks show, but I'll be free in about an hour.
Okay, I wanna send a message back and tell him that we can meet in an hour.
Says very well. At the library or
No.
the library is what he calls your lab.
Oh yes, the library.
Yeah.
he says very well. I will be there.
Cool.
And you dip out. Tirsan, as you finish up your paperwork, you see a bar. The Dragonborn comes back into the room, and he says,
Master Fairfoot, I had a question if you have some time to speak to me.
I just got done with my paperwork. What's going on? Have a seat.
and he walks forward and he sits down. He says, I
have heard recently among some of the younger wizards that there is, let us say, I've heard that there is talk among the people of the higher guilds of rings, and this could all just be rumor, wanting to get rid of the sorcerers' academies, and I was just wondering if there was any truth to this.
I heard, or is this like my first time hearing it in general?
it's been an assumption you had for a while. Wizards
Mhm.
don't. Wizards think that people that are born magically, are just not
fit to wield magic. They think it's something you should have to study and learn.
Yeah.
And they just don't like the idea of people being naturally magically gifted.
Do wizards and sorcerers always got beef like that? Like just in D&D
Generally.
in general?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't.
That's lame. What the hell? I think that's cool. But I'm bored with that.
Wait, what about other cast? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It just kind of.
Wizards in general think that any caster that gets their magic without long and diligent study or something like that,
Even like
is a fucking
clerics?
loser.
Really?
They're okay with clerics because
Yeah,
it
I
takes
mean-
a lot of study
Some
and
of the
prayer.
good ones.
Yeah,
Some of the good.
ones.
Sound like Rowan, damn.
Yeah.
I
But
just
like
didn't
they
know.
don't really like artificers because that's technically you're born magical sorcerers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, but go ahead. Go ahead, Sila.
I was just going to say, there has been word that they're trying to do something like that, but I do not think that it will be affecting the school. I haven't heard anything else, just of the rumors, but I can definitely look more into it, but it hasn't affected us that I know of.
He kind of nods and looks down and he's like,
I hope it is not people like me or Sante who are either not wizards or practice types of wizardry who are not approved of. We do not have anywhere else to go. If this school stops existing, I do not know what will happen.
Well, I'm not going to let a couple wizards destroy something that I've worked hard on. And if they do try to step forward and do something like that, then I would definitely fight for y'all because I care about this school and I care about my faculty and my students as well.
He nods and says, I appreciate you putting my worries at ease, Headmistress. I know your time is valuable. I will get back to helping Asante with the preparations.
Oh, you didn't bother me at all. I needed a break anyways, but I appreciate you coming forward and telling me this information. I'll definitely look more into it and see if anything will happen, but as of right now, I think we'll be okay.
He nods and he says, also, we made coffee in the teacher's room if you want some coffee.
Oh, thank you so much. I will grab me a cup of joe.
and he walks out. And earlier I lied to you because those weren't actually the last two characters. As Sal, the giant automaton, walks down the street towards the entrance to the sewers, Isha Cyrillus, you are walking out of the entrance to the sewers, full fit with your briefcase, getting ready to go about your day as you see Sal walking directly towards you. Sal, you're familiar with.
Just look at him and go, "What now? What now? What now? What now? What now?"
He looks
Come
and he
on,
says,
give it to me.
I do not. He goes. I do not mean to interrupt your morning, Master Cyrillus, but Master Estok has sent me to ask if we would be allowed to do basically post guards in the sewer while the event is happening. But I was told to ask for your approval first, as that is your domain.
Well, that's just a gross. That is a gross invasion of personal space and privacy. Yeah, sure, okay.
Are there any off-limits areas we should not visit?
Absolutely. I'll draw you a map.
Very well.
and you draw him like a perfect map of the sewers, and you're like, don't go to this room, this room, this room, this room. And he nods as an automaton files it all away in his brain. And he says,
I will also only be posting automaton forces down there, so they should not interfere with anything, and we should not have any concerns of sticky fingers or anything of the like.
Stay away from the green goo by here, and he points on the map.
he says, oh, goddamn, the voice is killing my throat.
Sal?
Yeah. He sounds like, oh yeah, that's not my real voice.
He's like, damn, that lump's been in my throat for a while now.
He says,
Very well, I will make sure that no one enters that area. It is not my place, but is there a specific reason?
Well, it's just a little corrosive, and it's a fuming corrosive, and I don't want to,
Very well.
made of metal.
Very well, I appreciate the insight. I will have guards posted, and if you need them to move or do anything, I will make sure they know to follow your orders as well.
Absolutely.
he bows, and he says,
Very well, I will let you be on your day, Master Cyrillus.
Let me know if you have any problems.
Of course, my lord.
and he starts walking into the sewers. You are just waking up for your morning. You had woken up in the place you keep down in the sewers, as opposed to your house in the towers. You woke up. Well, why don't you tell me what it looks like as Isha gets ready, just because it's kind of funny.
Dancing to what could be a song from the 80s that no one else can hear. Just doing the big motions and sliding in his socks as he puts on his attire, straps on his mask, picks different hats, and goes, this one.
So, this small Kenku man, a bird man, puts on these boots, this huge cloak, and over his beak puts on a perfectly shaped plague doctor mask and a large top hat.
Definitely do the finger guns in the mirror. Yeah, you're gonna make a friend today.
And you head out, have your interaction with Sal, and go about your day. You have already dispatched your carrion crawlers to clean up trash and whatnot in the city. Your job today, for the most part, is just get the city as clean as it possibly can be, because they want it to look nice. But other than that, you are free to do with to help whoever you want to do, whatever you want to do. As you are walking, you get a small buzz on your sending stone.
Hello?
It is Ingrid, the woman who runs the orphanages you sponsor. And she says,
Master Cyrillus, I do not wish to alarm you, but some of the children came down a little ill this morning, and we do not have the funds to take them to a doctor. What should I do?
Do I've got the money?
oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, no. Send them. Have them bill me personally.
She says,
Are you sure, my lord? I do not know what it is. It might be quite expensive.
Whatever it is, we'll cover it. It's fine.
Very well, I will have them seen to immediately. I thank you, my lord. They are not looking well, and it was a near overnight thing. I worry that if it were not handled, it might spread.
Were they all near each other?
The three that are sick were all in the same room, but they were the only in that room, bunking together. I plan to have it completely disinfected as soon as they are sent to the hospital.
Yeah, and do a once over to make sure there's no sort of, I don't know, gas leak or something.
Very well. I will speak to some specialists to see if we can get that looked at. It was very strange. They overnight their skin turned pallid and almost green. Their eyes were yellow. It was strange.
Ooh, yeah. Have that taken care of, and they can just bill me.
Very well, my lord. I do not mean to bother you. I appreciate your time.
No, and let me know later what they say, what the doc says.
Very well. I will be in touch.
Fantastic.
She hangs up, and you continue to walk for your morning. Where do you think Isha's heading this morning?
Is there like a morgue or anything near me?
Yeah, there's a couple in the city. You for a long time oversaw most of the embalming and stuff, but now you've got some employees. But yeah, there's there's a couple of them throughout the city. There's one near the temple. And then there's also another one kind of in the lower city for more common folk.
How out of my way would it be to go to the one in the lower city?
They're both actually on the same main road down the center, so they're a few miles apart, but not crazy. It would take you like 40 minutes to get from one to the other.
Gee, I'm gonna stop by and see what it's looking like.
Yeah. You see today, Anka, who is like the kind of manager you have, who she runs both of them. She's there today. She's in, her long black robe. She's got a veil over her face and everything like that. As you walk in, she says,
Good morning, Master Cyrillus. It's good to see you. It has been a couple of days.
And now I cannot be left alone with all these preparations and festivities.
It seems as if the only time of the year anything happens is when we have this summit, and the rest is just boring.
Yeah, pedestrian.
So it is, but I'm here today instead of at the temple simply because I heard that overnight there had been some kind of brawl or something, and we had six bodies here this morning.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
It's very strange. Some of them have knife wounds, but a couple of them seem to have sustained almost animalistic bite marks, except the teeth pattern are the same as humans.
Ooh, well now I need to do it. Now I have to see them.
She goes, very well, I will take you there.
she leads you into a back room. There's a morgue, very chilly room and everything like that. She shows you, of the 6 people, 4 of them look like they died from knife wounds, but 2 of them, you see, they have, it's like the shape of a human mouth, except it looks like both the incisors are long, and then it looks like this person almost had like 3 or 4 extra sets of incisors in their mouth that were like at least 1.5 inches long, and they would bite in, and then it looks like the teeth were also serrated and ripped when they came out.
Well, that's fun. Do I have any way of...
Yeah, I mean, if you want speak with dead, if you want, yeah, like that's all shit you can do.
Okay. The wiki I use for my spell sheets
Yeah.
for the
As a level
ones,
20 wizard, I generally say you can just cast any wizard spell because,
I'm like, load you fool. I need my information.
like keeping a spell book at level 20, you're going to have almost every spell.
Okay, they have Speak Undead somewhere in here.
Yeah, speak with that. Yeah, especially as a necromancer. Yeah.
She won't care. I'm just gonna go ahead and cast it.
Okay. Yeah, she doesn't care. She knows that you're a necromancer and all that. The body, the most mutilated one, after a second you cast Speak with Dead, you see the head like start to twitch a little bit, one single breath of air drawn in, and it just kind of like dead-eyed looks at you and waits for a question.
Are they yes or no questions, or is that the other one?
No, the Speak with Dead connection. It can be more than yes or no.
Oh, okay. Sorry to intrude. What manner of foul creature did? And I said this, and I just kind of point to everything.
There's a small pause. He says,
It looked like a man, but it was not.
Cryptic, fascinating. Was it a person that turned, or was it more of it was already an evil demon type situation?
another pause. He says,
He looked like us, and then his skin shifted.
Ooh. Did you happen to see how many of these things there were?
Another pause. He says,
4.
You didn't happen to catch a name, did you?
They did not speak. They only screamed.
Well, that's fun. That's cool.
all right, last question. It's number 5.
Thinking with my brain.
what you
Had
use
you
that
ever
for?
had you ever seen these people with full blown finger quotes? People around before, or were they new?
He says, I had never seen them before. And the body goes limp.
Oh, does Wizard have legend lore?
Yeah, of course.
Do you
But
know
do
what
remember,
level?
if you cast legend lore on something that's not legendary, it doesn't do anything.
And I need to look at the wording real quick.
Yeah, I'll get you a finished up character sheet. Definitely before the next session, because you'll need it.
Yeah, the Wikidot, I like it until I have to find something specific. And I
Yeah,
don't know
and
what
then
level
it's hard
spell
to
it is.
yeah, it's hard to find. Yeah.
I know you're there somewhere.
The only thing D&D Beyond has above that is a search bar.
That's just rude. Yeah, no. In that case, I'm gonna let dead man be dead.
Fair enough. I will say there are 6 people here and only 2 have bite marks.
I want to find a clean one.
Yeah, you go over to one on the like far side, and he's only got a couple of stab wounds, like to the heart area. He didn't take very much damage.
Survey says that I cast it again.
Okay. The body does not come alive.
I find one of his friends.
Yep.
And I cast it again.
Body does not come alive.
Well. Does it have any markings, any characteristics?
I think you look at it. Go ahead and roll me an investigation, or just roll me a d20. You'd use your investigation because you're an int-based class. You get a plus 13 to investigation, I believe.
You said a single 20?
A single d20. Plus 13, 28. Okay. You look at the wounds and you're like, okay, there's no markings on the human skin. But as you look, it almost looks like this creature has 2 layers of epidermis, and there's one underneath.
Does Wizard have remove skin? Because that'd be
No,
real convenient.
but you got a knife.
I just look at the lady that's with me. I'm so sorry. And I just go for it.
She says, I do this every day. This does not bother me at all.
You should still say I cast remove skin anyway.
You pull out your blade and you start to cut off some pieces of skin, and underneath you see this pallid, gray, rotting, nasty skin covered in abyssal runes, which you do speak.
They say something fun.
These all the runes seem to pattern, and it's just repeating the same phrase, which is the first death.
I go to his friend and see what I
Yes,
can see. So to
same
speak.
thing, exact same thing,
Same phrase.
same phrase. As you kind of lift up their lips, you see that their human teeth, though they seem to have shrunk back down to normal, are still larger than average and serrated.
Ooh.
And I'd say on a 28, you even look and you see that the eyeball, the human eye you see, is actually like a sclera. It's like a reptilian like layer, and you can peel it off, and underneath there's just completely blank white eyes.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Who?
Yeah, Anka, who's standing there, she's like,
This is not what I expected. I thought this was a simple bar fight.
I think your bar fight hypothesis. Well, I mean, it could still be a bar fight, obviously. But would this be something Miss Siri would know about?
Him, Eurexis would be a good person too.
Yeah, I want to make a bunch of notes of kind of just like the structure and everything.
Yeah. I mean, you could copy your Kenku. You can copy it perfectly.
Yeah. And just kind of, well, I'm gonna be on my way.
She says, "Do you wish me to do anything with the bodies?"
Keep them here. But beyond that, no.
Would you like them to be secured or hidden or?
Yeah, hide these away for a minute. I want to check on some stuff.
I will put them in the cold storage.
That'll do.
Very well. I am sorry to trouble you further on such an enormous day.
We'll go on.
No, I mean, I'm apologizing for getting you involved in this. It seems as if this is...
Oh, I love a mystery. It'll be fine.
If you say so, my lord, I will, begin work, but, I know that, there is also some amount of bodies at the morgue near the temple. You may be interested in that as well.
I might pop around, see what I can see. Yeah, I'm gonna head that way.
Very well. You dip out. It's like a 30-40 minute walk. You head to the other morgue. There's a couple of just like average employees there, but nobody of note or anything like that. You walk in the back. They've only gotten one new body today. If you'd like to check it out.
Yeah, I'd like to go poking around.
All right. You walk in and you see the body of like this elderly man, salt and pepper hair, kind of a short, stubbly beard, also salt and pepper. Just a human man. The cause of death is lacerations.
Can I give him a peek? Give him a look-see?
Yeah. You look at him. These wounds match the teeth marks.
The teeth marks?
They do.
Oh, Paul! I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead again. See
Of
if
course.
he
You
can
have,
have anything to say.
you have like infinite spell slots. It's a level 20 wizard. Yeah, by the way, 2 people in this party can just cast Wish. None of you guys realize that.
I
Insane.
can. Wait, can I?
No, but you have divine intervention.
I'm not gonna talk about divine intervention.
I've
Me,
been
Ranger Rick,
reading
I
it.
can
I've been
cast
reading
Wish.
it.
They
Ranger
nerfed
Rick
it pretty
should
hard
go.
in the new DI, but I don't want to use that rule, so.
I have some disagreements
Yeah.
about a spell for a class I'm not playing.
But yeah, he you cast the spell. Fella pops up, kind of looks at you, waiting for questions.
Where were you on the eve where all this happened?
I was preparing my garden for the summit.
Your garden. Yes. Not at the tavern. Did you happen to get a good look of what did all this?
It looked like my wife.
Oh, that's so sad. Had you been fighting? Everything was okay at home?
No, everything was fine. It was not her, it just looked like her.
Well, that's heartbreaking. Fun. Did you notice anything before she became that?
Slight pause. He goes, but man, he says,
Nothing as far as her, but I noticed strange occurrences in the house. Doors opening, sounds in the walls.
Well, that's not good. Do you happen to know where your wife is right now?
let me. No, but yeah. Okay, so I had to think about it. Speak with that. He's going to tell you what he thinks to be true, because even if he doesn't know, he can still guess. Okay. He says,
Possibly at home, but I do not know.
Was that 4 or 5?
it was 4. You got one more.
If that's the case. What is your exact address for notation purposes?
69420
Nice.
Sigma Ave.
The Speak Undead made them have to answer a question, or is it like
yes,
if they?
they are required
have
to
to?
tell you. Yeah,
That's so sick. I never knew that. What the fuck?
yeah. They
You not
have
watch
to
the
be honest
movie,
with
bro?
you.
So
Yeah.
like you don't have to insight. You so what?
Yeah, you don't have to insight. Yeah, they do it in the D&D movie. They do a really good scene about it. But
Oh,
yeah,
I only watched
they're-
it once, but yeah.
Yeah, it's the undead. As long as it is a dead creature that you're speaking to, it has to tell you the truth. But as you guys learned, it doesn't work on things like liches. If you remember Fred.
Oh, can't be undead. Okay.
Yeah.
And must still have a mouth, unfortunately. Huh. Okay.
No, but that's not his actual address. He gives you his actual address. You notice immediately it's only like a block away from Eurix's temple.
And I know this associate that's working the morgue. I know them very well. We go way back.
Yeah, you know all your you vet all your employees like crazy.
I'm gonna give the similar instructions of like, put this away.
Yeah.
Someplace safe.
Yeah, you pick one of the employees that's like a younger man, a younger elven man. He nods. He says,
As you wish, master. I will have it done.
wheels the body off. Where's Isha heading, you think?
It's gonna be either. Trying to think.
Well, as Isha's thinking about his next plan anyways, something was going to happen nonetheless.
Oh.
All of you, as members of a circle, wear necklaces with your associated gemstone.
Cerulean,
When
right?
you are summoned by the Archmage, they light up, and all of yours light up right in this moment.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, no. Okay.
God damn it.
Time to
I had
go.
a show,
Get a
I had
load
a
of
show I
this
wanted to
fucking
go
guy.
to.
Fuck, I'm almost out.
Go into my cup of coffee.
I imagine a stock is just like in the middle of the theater and his thing rings
Yeah.
and he's like,
Yeah,
"Fuck,
this is
shit,
like 30 minutes into the hour-long show when this
Yeah.
happens.
It's like ringing the actors on
Yeah.
stage like, dude,
He tries
come on.
to mute it, but it like, they keep
Yeah.
calling.
It fumbles. He has to like.
I helped the
Wait, do you have
homeless
feet?
today, I'll have you know.
What does this stock look like? Does he have feet or like does he have a wheel? What's the deal?
No, he's humanoid. He's you're like around 6 foot tall, a little over.
6 foot.
A humanoid, very slender and long.
He looks kind of like a almost like a carbon fiber-ish set of armor with plating on top of it. Big gold eyes, and he has words in high arcana engraved on his chest in gold. Huge purple long fancy cape, the same cape Orion has. Fucking in like a kind of like a gold like leaf circlet around his head. That's like kind of like a small like wreath. That's all. It's like all metal. That's like engraved in his body.
Sick. Okay.
I feel
I
like
was
asking if
imagining
I
like a
have
fat thing. Yeah.
I feel like if asking I have wheels has a bit of a racial undertone.
Dude, I was imagining like in my head like a
Fucking wheeler.
like Tonka truck
Yeah.
maybe like
Like in the
something.
movie
Yeah.
Robots, like I just like
A fat ass like the mom
Yeah,
from Robots.
yeah.
Yeah. A fucking yeah. Sorry. Continue.
Covenal.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of want to say, like, on my way out, I tell my assistant to put on the Little Rangers while I'm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, before you guys can leave, we need to do Ranger Rick's broadcast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ranger Rick.
We'll cut back a little bit. Ranger Rick, you walk into your studio. You immediately see Anira, your personal assistant, walk up. Younger elven lady. She runs up and she says, Mr. Rick, we're a little bit behind schedule, but I think we're still gonna be good to go on time.
It's all good as long as we're on time. That's all that matters.
All right. I don't know if you want, a script for today or anything, or if you just want to wing it. The topic for today is dragons, and we have let me check my ledger real quick. And as I, the DM, check my ledger.
Rick stands there
Today
patiently.
we have Gorsilion the dragon as a guest.
Gorsilion.
Yeah, he's he decided to come in and visit. So you'll talk to him, ask him a couple questions, whatever you feel is right, and then at the very end we want to do like some big thing where he breathes ice.
Mm.
So want to do something with that, maybe have someone come in and do an ice sculpture, But I think we'll be good.
Sounds like a plan. Do you have like any question cards that the studio has thought of it that I could take a look at?
Really, we would just want to ask him stuff like how old are you? Because he's really old.
Okay.
We want to ask him like what are dragons about and everything like that. And then the main thing is we're an educational show. We want to ask him like what do you not do around dragons? Like how do you safely navigate around dragons that maybe aren't so nice?
Okay.
But that's really it.
I think that can be done.
And she says, "All right, well, we got about 10 minutes to go time. So there's coffee over there. There's some snacks. We had brought in. We got catered today this morning. But well, I'll let you know when we get closer. We'll have the crew come mic you up soon.
Sounds good.
Don't forget to read the ad.
For what?
I don't know, like Chick-fil-A, the catering company.
Actually, there is an ad read for Gargamel's Goods today.
Okay.
Yeah. But a little bit of time goes by. A bunch of small gnomish dudes come up and like mic you up and like run wires all up your body and stuff.
Ask how the day is going while they're doing that.
They're like, pretty good. Just another day, another gold piece. It doesn't rhyme.
Good. Take care of yourself out there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna after this. I think we're gonna go on lunch break. You want us to bring you something?
If you wouldn't mind, you don't have to.
I think we're gonna go get falafel.
I haven't had that in a while.
Yeah. All right, we'll bring you some, boss.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. They head off. Anira walks up and she says, all right, Mr. Rick, we got about a minute to go time. You ready?
I sure am.
All right. You walk over and there's like this huge kind of camera area. You guys have like this inside area that is still like outdoor in nature. Like it's kind of open to the outside. There's trees and stuff growing, a little patch of sand. You walk up, there's like a big rock for you to like sit or lean on and everything like that. The camera crew gets going and everything like that. You see Anira, she's like, all right, 10, 9, counts down. All right, 3, 2, 1, you're go. And the camera starts up, whatever you think Ranger Rick would say.
He says, "Good morning, little rangers and adventurers. today we're gonna have our special guest on. We're asking him some questions. He's gonna tell us some really cool things about his adventures. Anyway, and I forgot his name already, so you have to tell it to me again.
Garcillion.
Okay. Today we have on Garcillion the Dragon. Now, Garcillion, why don't you tell about yourself a little bit?
It's like, oh, thanks, Rick. It's great to be here. So I'm Garcillion. I'm 2,300 years old. I'm a white dragon. It's like, as a white dragon, it's an interesting thing because a lot of people assume that we're aggressive, and that's generally the case, but that's not all of us. Some of us we're just in it for the gold. We just like shiny things.
Don't we all?
It's one of those things where if you show up and you're trying to, how would you feel if somebody showed up and tried to rob your house? Even if you're a thief and you stole something, doesn't mean you want that thing stolen from you, right?
No, I wouldn't feel too good about it, and neither would any of those out there watching this today.
Today, Rick, I just kind of wanted to come on and talk to you a little bit about dragons and how to make sure that you don't upset anybody when you're out there adventuring. The biggest thing is really just kind of show respect. However you would want to be treated, that's how you treat them.
They may be big and scary sometimes, but they have big hearts too.
Yeah. And you guys go through the rest of the show with the fucking dragon. You talk to a dragon for like an hour. And at the very end, he blows like a huge pillar of ice, and then you guys spend like a little bit sculpting it into something. And at that point is when your necklace goes off.
At the very end, for my end segment, I say, remember, every day is an adventure. Make sure today is a good one.
And everybody claps.
Is it a visual broadcast or just audio?
Yeah, there's like crystal screens all over the city that broadcast this
sick.
every single morning. It's he's by far the city's most popular broadcaster. He has the kids show, and then in the evenings he does like a news show.
Sick.
So yeah, all of you would have seen that being broadcast.
I walk up to my sister and say, well, looks like I've been called. Make sure everything goes smoothly here. Have a nice day.
She says, of course, we'll make sure everything's taken care of. We'll see you later this evening, I hope.
I sure hope so.
All right, Mr. Rick. We'll keep things locked down here.
Have a good day. Have a good one.
And you, from the top floor, right off on your griffin.
Stoically and majestically.
Mogging the sky.
But friendly as well, like not aggressively.
So, as all of you are standing there in your respective spots now, at the same time, your beacons are going off. What does everybody do?
First off, I greet all of my friends. Hello.
Oh, you're not together yet?
No.
I'm gonna delegate to Sal, be like, hey, I got a meeting. You're in charge while I'm gone.
He says, yes, my lord, I will make sure things are up to par.
Of course.
I wish you luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it, and then I'll start heading that way.
All right. Everybody else heading that way?
I just before
Yeah.
I leave,
What do you want to tell Malcador to do, or Corey? I will say in that hour, Corey would have been able to come talk to you actually.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do that real quick. So yeah, after about an hour, you meet up with Corey in the lab. Giant octopus man, covered in scales and all that. He's like sitting in the corner, fiddling with something in his hands. As you enter, he says,
Scylla, what did you want to speak to me about?
Well, the this project we've been working on, Malcador says, it's ready to be powered. It's just the issues that come with powering it that I wanted your advice on.
Of course. What problems have you run into?
Well, we can power it, but it's gonna take about 80% of the city's power, and then the big, oh glorious with so much sass powers to be. They use so much of the power already. It's gonna drain most of them, and then their wrath's gonna fall on the the people of the city, and I'm really unsure, how to proceed.
He seems to think for a minute and nods and says,
Well, that is a predicament, but I feel as if I may offer a perspective that may be helpful or may be harmful. But I live on a scale much greater than your people. These wizards are but a blink of an eye for me.
Mhm.
What they do here is inconsequential, and though I find it hard for me to care about the general populace, I do wonder if there is some truth in the fact that no matter the damage it may cause, removing these hubris-ridden fools from power may better the world in some way at large.
I mean, I completely agree with that statement.
It would be a simple task of deciding either to make the sacrifice of those people, which is a difficult and hard decision to make, or if you feel as if you could protect them, or move them, or get them somewhere else. There are options, but it is more about what you can do for the people than the harm you can wreak on the wizards.
Yeah, I think I think definitely figuring out a way to, keep the people of the city safe. Not so much the wizards and peoples of those tribes who are running everything. I quite literally couldn't care less about them. But those people, they've, for the most part, have done nothing wrong, and I think, we want for the betterment of them and for the betterment of us to get this done. So I think if we can find a way to keep them safe, then I think we can continue proceeding with what we were working on. It's just figuring out how to do that. That's where the issue arises now.
yeah. He nods and he says,
Additionally, I feel as if something that is not known outside of the highest ranks of this city, that I only know because I am in touch with the world, but it may help with your decision. You understand what the Summit of the Gods is in the context of your world, but you do not understand why it happens. These kings that visit every year, people believe they visit to see the city, to create relations, but in secret they all bring with them a tithe and magic that they give to this city.
Hmm.
When they arrive, there will be immeasurable power for a short time. But people, even of your rank, are not told of it because that is reserved for the most greedy of them.
So what you were saying is, if we were to power this thing when said people are here, that may be the best time to do this because there's going to be such an immense amount of power, and it's
Yes,
better use
the
this
the
than
key
the
would
other
be
people.
gaining access to it. It would be finding how and when these, again, old men collect it and keep it away from you. For example, I know your friend, Mrs. Fairfoot, runs the power plant, but I can promise she is not aware of this tithe. It never touches the batteries that she powers.
So we would need someone on the inside, essentially, to
I
know
feel
when
as if
everything is
in
happening.
somewhere deep in this city there are secrets even you, the builder, may not know. That these old fools have hidden and used for their own ends and means. All of you can sense the dark magic in the air in this place now.
Well, those fuckers. Okay. Well, Malgador did say we could power it with an immense amount of power, and it's just going to be fine-tuning the details and making sure that we know exactly when and where this is going down, because I think pulling from them is better use than all of the higher ups having all this extra power. She's just rubbing her temple back and forth. Well, thank you for your advice. I really appreciate it. I just now there's another issue to
He says,
figure out.
Yes, it is never so simple as it should be, but if anyone is to figure it out, I believe you will.
I applaud your faith in me. I hope I can see it through. I mean, we've come this far, and
My child, you are the first human student I have ever taken on. That means something.
I know.
Adversity is when you learn and grow.
Well, there's a lot of that going around.
Yes, and I fear there is much more to come.
I agree. Well, let me talk with Balcador and see what we can come up with to figure out when all this is going down and how to gain access to that power, and hopefully we can finally finish this plan and have everything that we've worked so hard for set in motion.
he nods and says,
Yes, you do need to speak with Malcador, but first I think you are being summoned.
and he points to your necklace.
Oh shit. I shall look at him and go, duty calls, I must go quote unquote serve the oh gracious powers that be.
He kind of chuckles and he says,
Yes, go serve well, child.
Again, thank you for your time and your advice. It is much appreciated.
Of course, anytime. Feel free to reach out.
Yes. And I walk out silently cursing the stupid people I have to go see. Not my friends, but the other
fair
people.
enough. So you guys, or you kind of walk out, through the sewers, back up through the doors. You do pass Malcador if you want to stop and talk to him, but you are being summoned, so it's up to you.
Just be like, I gotta go. I have a thing, but I need to talk to you later, but I have to go, but I need to talk to you later. Don't let me forget.
He says, "Very well,
Like,
mistress. I will be around for whenever you return."
thank you, and take a rest. Sit down. You deserve it. Go get some coffee, like a muffin. You just
He
take a
says, "I
load
think I
off.
will go have a snack."
Yes, go have a snack.
So you head out. What about the resties? You guys are
Would
all
I
being
have met
summoned.
up? Yeah, would I have met up with my buddies by now?
You'd probably come across each other as you got closer to the Archmagos' tower.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm probably the first one there because I'm in flight mode.
Yeah, you'd be there pretty quick.
Yeah. I'd probably take a detour to try to catch Misery. I'm just gonna call it Misery, by the way, because that's just how I read it.
I am in misery.
Yeah. And just kind of be like, "Hey, did you get my summon from earlier?"
I did. What was the concern?
So, I mean, funny that we got called, but the Circle of Diamond has requested me to make an adamantite cage.
Mithril.
A fairly large, or mithril, sorry. Shit, I wrote adamantite, I'm stupid. A mithril cage. A fairly large one at that. And that is kind of suspicious to me, don't you think?
It had no context behind it.
None. No, like, not even money for the build. Nothing. More of like an order.
maybe see if any information can be provided. Because
Yeah.
it definitely does sound concerning.
Yeah. Hey, DM, by the way, I only have Nara written down for the gold circle. Would I know the other two, or is that like a?
No. I mean, like you know them, but not in any personal way at all.
No, I meant like just names of the other two from my notes.
I'm gonna have to dig through my book later and find them.
That's fine. We can
Yeah.
do that later. Okay.
A
Yeah,
lot of
I'll
names,
just.
so I memorize the important ones, but
I get it. Yeah, and I guess I'll just as we're kind of making our way, I'll talk.
yeah. I'll say
To,
for the sake of expediency, you guys all, as you're approaching the Archmagos' tower, kind of meet up about half a mile away and have a short amount of time to all talk.
As we
Alright.
start walking up, I want to see Asilla, and I'll be like, "Oh,
Mother."
Asilla, it's good to see you."
Good to see you too. How are your troops doing? Heard there was a. Not heard. I bet y'all are busy preparing for what's to come.
Yeah, if I had a real human body, would probably be crumbling under stress right now. But
At least you're not doing that.
yeah, how about you? How's the school going?
Good, me and have to flip back through my notes to remember her character's name. What is her name? Tirsan, there we go. Me and Tirsan are preparing papers and trying to find some contact some old students to have them come and talk about, the success of the school and what it's done to them and done for them. But it's a never ending cycle of paperwork.
Well, if it's promoting a magic school, I probably couldn't be of much help. But if there's anything else I could ever help with, just let me know. I'll make time.
Yeah, I might have something to discuss with you later, but too many wandering ears and eyes around, so we'll discuss that later.
Yes, I see all my friends grouped up, and I land majestically next to them. Then I'll greet them all in that friendly manner. Ask them how their day's going.
Going well. I was interrupted in the middle of a show, so that was a little frustrating.
Was you watching mine?
No, it was a performance, although I'm sure you put on quite the performance.
We did have a dragon on today.
Well, I mean, you always keep it interesting.
I try.
Hello,
Now,
Mr. Anubis.
This is an interesting thing I want to touch on right now. As these people whose memories you are living out their lives, you all instantly become acutely aware that the people you really are sitting in the back seat watching mentally.
Mhm.
Oh, we're taking a backseat. This has to happen, kind of thing.
Your minds are also absorbing all these memories.
Oh, so like we'll remember it out of the. Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah. Like your brains are actively like your characters can still process and think during this. It's just completely separate from the characters you're playing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's like a possession kind of thing. Like somebody's driving the wheel, but we're still in there.
Yeah, you're basically just onlookers for the most part.
Cool. Pretty cool.
Eurixis, Masiri, how are y'all doing well?
How are you doing? I'm doing quite well, except for some questionable requests from said diamond that we've gotten summoned from, but I'm sure we don't have time to talk about that right now.
I won't say too much, but been a lot of questions from me personally.
Yes, that's true indeed.
Seems that they're always up to something, aren't they?
It is.
It's hard to find out what though. Even I can't get a clue.
Mr. Isha, how are you doing? How's the work?
Who are you talking to?
Isha? Aisha? Akar?
Isha.
Oh,
Isha.
I'm good. I'm good. I was just visiting some locals on my way to see about some things.
Some alive ones or some dead ones?
It depends on how you look at it. His wife
Knowing
ate his
him, it's
face.
probably dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Aisha, do you think we can get you on the show sometime? Be fascinating.
Sure. Probably not.
Mike Beaks.
Maddie Estock has actually been trying to get into there to like spy on them. That's what he's talking about. Even his spies can't get in.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Aisha,
Yeah, Thimble's been trying for like months and he's struggling.
Aisha, I hope you don't view my staging of guards in the sewers as an invasion of anything. It's just security measures.
No. I'm glad you. I'm glad you're here. Have you heard about anybody's family eating their faces off recently?
I don't.
No, you didn't read any guard reports on that this morning.
Not that's been reported, but I'll see if I can find anything out today on it. Starting as soon as you'd allow me. I mean, I can start stationing people around there and maybe start looking into it.
Would I have heard people praying about that kind of stuff? Like in my... Because I feel like that's something people would pray about,
roll a perception check, and your perception's fucking crazy. So even basically the lowest you can roll is a 27.
Okay, great. Let's roll it.
Because like even if you roll lower, your passive is a 27. So
sick.
Advantage.
I can't. Yeah, I can't unadvantage it. So.
Oh, I got it here.
Aisha, do you have any describing factors that could help me kind of just know what to look out for?
Well, looks like people is what most everybody says. But there's a... And I just like open my book and start showing him notes about the janky skin and the messy teeth and the janky eyes and whatnot.
I look over her shoulder and read it too.
Does
I'll say on a 27 perception, Eurixis, you didn't hear anything specific, but you did feel a general sense of unease among some of the temple goers this morning.
I'll just relay that and be like, there has been some sort of unease around. Do you mind if I take a look at that as well?
Oh, sure,
Yeah, you guys can all huddle around the book. It's abyssal. Yeah, and like I told Isha, it's just a repetition of the phrase "the first death."
Interesting. And would I know of a ritual that would have to do with like taking their own lives after a murder?
This doesn't ring any bells for you. This is like obscure, weird. Like this does not seem like it
was religious at all.
Yeah, it could be tied into the gods in any religious way you understand. This is like something completely different.
I wanna get in touch with Thimble if I can.
Does also finding out any of this out like raise any flags for Rick at all?
I think of course the fact that there's abyssal kind of throws you off, but I think the one thing that interests you is the teeth, the bite marks.
What I was thinking you'd be curious about.
I think that you're interested in them because you look at them, and these are not the teeth of a predator that has evolved over thousands of years. These are the teeth of a predator that was forced to evolve in a day.
I stroked my mustache and thought.
Aisha, if you don't mind, I'd like to maybe sit down and talk to you about this stuff. I'm kind of curious. After the summon, of course.
Well, I'm sure we can block out some time.
And maybe see the bodies of my own.
Isha, was there an estimated time of death or anything you can give me so maybe I can kind of...
It would have been about 3:32 in the morning.
Jesus, estimated, yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about the creature, so I don't have any distance estimates. I'm gonna get in touch with Sal and
I will say, another thing I'll give Rick. from the patterns you're seeing on the wounds and stuff, the one thing you would understand that a mortician would not is that these wounds, not only were they made very quick and very fast, they were made with an immense amount of force behind them, in an animalistic way. This creature moved in a way that was not human.
I just kind of ask, like, was there any sort of like bestial nature to these creatures?
I mean, multiple sources said they, and I'm doing air quotes. I know you can't see me, but I'm doing them. They all look like people.
Was there anything about them that wasn't looking like people? Because these teeth marks here clearly and obviously aren't people.
Well, just the multiple rows of serrated teeth and the janky reptile eyes and the second skin under their normal skin.
Yeah, that does not sound like people.
Are y'all talking about this out loud, or are y'all just...
Yeah, this is like a full conversation. Anybody can, yeah.
Okay. Would my character know anything since he's been alive for a while now? Like,
I don't know if you know anything about this specifically, but I think as a what you know, weirdly enough, what would interest you is the blood toxicology report. They were saying this is a bar fight, but all of these creatures, if they came from a bar, they would have been like, their blood alcohol content was so low when they died that they would have had to been out of the bar for multiple hours. But people are saying it was a bar fight.
Isha, I'm gonna have some of my compatriots look into this, and I'll get back with you with whatever I get.
Sure, that sounds good.
I'm also very interested because, well, this is clearly some sort of creature. I got to find out.
I want to get in touch with Thimble and have him kind of ask around the bar, and Sal specifically, I want to have him kind of set up maybe a little bit higher security around that general area.
Okay. Yeah, you patch into Thimble real quick. You tell him what you want. He says,
Yes, my lord, I will send a number of agents there immediately with some amount of bribe money.
Yes, it's you haven't heard any reports of this, correct? It's
Other than the fact that there was a conflict, no, I have not heard any specifics. I heard that there was a bar fight last night, and then that another individual was attacked in his garden, but they were just written off. The guards who showed up after the fact just wrote it off as freak accidents.
And just a weird question. The words "the first to die," that doesn't mean anything to us, correct? We haven't seen anything like that.
the first death? No, that doesn't mean anything to any of you guys.
I want to also patch that into Thimble. Just kind of be on the lookout for like vague messages and words like that written around these places.
Oh,
Tirsan, roll me an Arcana check with advantage real quick too.
Right.
I think your Arcana goes fucking crazy. Or no, it's your Charisma class. Never mind.
Oh.
You still have a decent int though. I'm pretty sure you're pretty smart. You still have an 18 intelligence. Yeah.
You said Arcana, correct?
Yeah, Arcana with advantage. You have a plus 10. Yeah, that's still fucking nuts.
I'm not able to change it.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I'll fix it real quick. But 21 is still pretty good. Give me just a second.
No, it's all good. All good.
Caleb, you should ask who the guards were. Maybe it was that punk ass guard.
Imagine it's Daniel again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like maybe ask.
I'm gonna go give Daniel a piece of my mind whenever I can.
I think that's
What if it's Daniel Tosh?
What if it's Daniel Larson?
That's why I called Daniel.
Oh no.
My boss
why I
at
thought
stock
Tosh-
is a bitch.
You. Oh man.
I don't know why I thought
On
Daniel
a
Tosh at first.
21 Arcana, you look at the abyssal runes, and they are abyssal, but you look at them and all like written almost between the script, in High Arcana, which is a very magical language. It is the language of the weave. Almost infinitely is the phrase 9 upon 9 upon 9 upon 9 over and over and over.
Interesting. I'll relay that to the group to let them know what I just read.
That the phrase itself, Tirsan, doesn't really ring any bells for me, but I'm not as magically understanding as many of y'all.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that phrase doesn't really ring a bell for anyone. But I will say, for those of you that are magically inclined, many numbers hold sacred value in the right context.
Would I know if one was religion? The 9 cast over
Roll
again?
me religion with advantage.
Ooh, with advantage. I think I'm fairly good at religion.
Yeah, it's wisdom based, or no, religion is int based.
Oh, only a +7.
Only.
That's still pretty good. On a 26,
Hmm.
9 in the history you know of
Hmm.
has been known to signify a meeting of hell and the abyss. Not in
Meeting.
war, but in brotherhood.
Okay, I'll pass that along.
Hmm.
Can I cast sending? Because I can't talk to my fucking people like Caleb can. Can I cast
Don't have the
sending?
built-in Bluetooth.
No, Cap. And I'll ask Katra.
Sure.
I'll just say, can you, or would I know somebody who runs my temple? Like, because I don't have people.
Katra runs the day-to-day of the temple, and Gaius
Okay.
runs the day-to-day of the craftsman.
I thought it was Katra. Okay. Can I ask Katra and inform her in very short words, because I can only use 25, of the situation, and ask her to keep an ear out for people talking and praying about maybe like a meeting or just hells in general.
Okay.
And just like take notes and get back to me.
I'll relay that Estok has been hearing some paranoia from like the lower class about what like they've been saying about what did they say? An omen is like coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll cast sending and kind of inform her of that.
You get a response back in a second later. She says, "Of course, my lord. If there are any specific things you wish me to research, send a messenger."
Well, I can't fucking talk to her again. But... Go ahead.
If you
I mean,
need
to be
Ubric's-
fair, actually take that spell slot back because you all have sending stones with your assistants.
Okay, sick. Then yeah, I'll just fucking talk to her again, and she asked for something specific, right?
Well, she said, if there's anything specific you wish me to research pertaining to this.
Yeah. Can you research maybe past meetings of this scenario, maybe, and any ritualistic killings that could pertain to it?
She, without even research, says, well, I can tell you now, my lord, the last meeting of Hell in the Abyss was shortly before the Raven Queen ascended. Her victory was over them both.
I look at Misery, and I relay that and say, I don't know the extent of your relationship with the Queen, but maybe you could ask her and see if she knows anything.
Cool.
Cool.
All
Gabe,
right.
Gabe, you here?
Maddie.
Maddie?
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, there he
you're
is.
good. Yeah.
Bro was
Hold on,
muted.
let me check.
I'm not
Oh,
good.
hold on, the dog's barking. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, calm down.
Did you hear what I said?
No, say it again.
I asked. Oh, my servant said that she recalls the last meeting of the Hells and Devils. Is that what you said? Sorry.
Hell's in the Abyss.
Hells in the Abyss. Last time there was a meeting of Brotherhood was actually when the Raven Queen ascended. You're the champion. So I don't know how your relationship with her works, but maybe you could talk to her and see if she's felt something stirring between them, or if there's been maybe a thread or two pulled early due to this.
Yeah. Do my relationship with the Raven Queen, is that something
Like an
that I can
open-
You just have to
conversate
visit
with?
the temple.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
you have to
and I
later in the
will-
day go visit the temple.
I relay that to you and saying I will see if I can make time throughout my day to talk
Yeah.
with
You know, he's just got to drown himself real quick.
the Queen. Yeah.
In blood, yeah, just has to die. I don't have
PRP.
prestidigitation on Lex.
So you're all
Can I
standing
press
outside of
Caleb?
the building
Oh,
still. It's only
sorry.
been a few minutes of you guys talking. It's a pretty short conversation. So is there anything else you guys need to talk about before you enter?
Oh yes, I'd like to pass on the information about the bar. I've been waiting, sorry.
You're good.
But how it doesn't make sense how they could it could have been a bar fight if they weren't nearly drunk enough to be coming out of a bar.
Could have been staged, or they could have been followed home and attacked in their sleep, maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to pass that on to Caleb. Or
True, but if they were seen in the bar, hence why I formed the kind of larger, softer perimeter
Yeah.
around it. Just to
I will
see.
give you too that Isha, they trace these people back to, like, Isha has their addresses and information stuff he can give to you.
Oh, that would be very helpful.
Can I also talk to Neris, or we'll just ask Neris, hey, do you mind sending a monk or two to my temple? Just kind of watching out, because I don't like the idea of murders going around and the people in my temple aren't very
Yeah.
protected.
Which I don't know if Isha said that the man who was murdered by his wife was only a block away from Eurix's temple. I don't know if Isha
then-
made that.
Yeah, then I would.
Did Isha say that, Damien?
Yeah. I kind of
Okay.
described like the locations and
Yeah.
all that.
Okay. Well, then I asked, Neris and Estok, be like, hey, my temple is for the lower personnel. They can't really fight for themselves. Do y'all have extra personnel that you could send maybe to guard it? I want my temple to be a safe space.
I can send some automatons. I don't want to send as many humans since they seem to be the target for these creatures. So I'll see if I can spare any automatons, and I'm sure I can.
Maybe
Neris,
some like
you have some of like your more trusted monks who you know would be able to handle themselves pretty well, who don't have assignments yet. You could send.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I'll send some of my monks to look over, and I will assign what's her name? I'll
Kamara.
assign
Kamra?
Fist Karma.
Commerce.
Yeah, Fist Karma.
Yeah. The orc lady? Yeah.
Yeah.
You get on the sending stone real quick. She says,
Yes, Master Voltiel. You called?
Yes, I need you to go to what's your temple's name?
I don't know. I don't think I have it written down.
your temple is called the Temple of Forge and Fire.
Okay,
I have
I'll
that
tell
written
her. I'll tell her you need to go to the Temple of Forge and Fire, and pick 20 of your best men, and just patrol the area and guard the temple and the people in there.
Just as you wish, Master. Is there anything specific we should be looking for?
Looking for a creature that looks human, but with teeth and snake eyes or reptilian eyes?
I don't remember.
Yeah, they have like reptilian like sclera covers to make them look more human. But your monks are also like part of their training is to read people's intentions. You know.
Oh yeah, and just keep an eye out for malice.
She nods and says,
It will be done, master. If there are any changes, I will be ready for orders.
Yes, and if you see anything more than you can handle, do not hesitate to call me.
I will be in touch if need be.
What was
Yeah,
the name of Rick's
she-
daughter again?
Syra, Syra.
Sorry.
Hmm.
I kind of want to do like while they're having their little conversation, go up to Tirsan and say, "Syra got me today."
She did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised. That's good. Good for her.
She's going places.
Yeah, she is. Was she bragging all about it?
Yes, very viciously.
I believe it. I think that's great progress for her. She's gonna be just as good as you, or even better. We'll have to see.
Probably
what happens.
better. I hope better.
Me too. I do too.
She's speaking.
Okay. Okay. Don't laugh at me, guys. Don't laugh at me.
So you're saying I hope she's better than you.
I hope she's better than
That is
you.
kind of funny. That is really funny.
I don't mean it as an insult. I'm sorry.
Rick said it too, so he's agreed.
It's true.
I didn't mean it as an insult, but you know what I mean. I want good for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably gonna be better than you. Yeah, yeah, because you're gonna have.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Rick being who he is doesn't take it personally.
So, are you guys ready to enter the antechamber?
I'm ready.
As ready as
I'm ready.
All right.
Ready, ready,
And as you walk in, the small people in the back of your brain watching all of this happen see an all too familiar sight, specifically you, Phi, as you spent so much of your childhood in a room that looks exactly like this for some reason.
Fucking Bronze Keep.
Give me just a second.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
And Phi realizes in this moment that the
Alright.
Bronze Keep was built in the image of this city.
I knew. It was
Amara,
gonna
get out of the fire.
I knew it was going to be this too. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
It also
Dude, look at our
piques Phi's
characters.
interest because it makes you realize in this moment that somehow the Baron saw this place
That's not good.
and was able to copy it.
Thank goodness he's dead, I think.
Sprat,
He's,
the fact is on there right now.
Yeah, he's dead enough and his soul's getting fucking BDSM whipped by Satan on the daily, so.
He earned it.
As you all enter and walk this room, you see a collection of 4 individuals up
Four,
in the
okay.
front.
What?
In the center, nearest to the podium, you see the Archmagos Maricor Dawn. On the right-hand side, nearest to the fire, you see the Keeper of Scrolls, Talia Nera, a woman. On the left, you see 2 other individuals. The one on the stairs is the Great Mage Herukal, and the one closer to you is the Great Mage Belisarius Tarantasius, who is a half-human, half-dragonborn who covers his face because he basically has human scaly skin that's multicolored.
You summoned
As
us.
you
Your
all
parents
enter
got
the room, they seem to be all kind of whispering with each other and having a conversation as you approach. I know Eurixus has a 27 perception and you can read lips.
I can. Would you like me to roll anyways?
No. You see, I'll say, well, they're actually, some of them are turned away from you, but you can see,
Mariker's mouth as he's facing you guys.
Okay.
You see him say the words before they stop the conversation. They will do as we demand.
They're not wrong.
Mm. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
What are you oohing about over there?
Well, I can't necessarily tell y'all they said that. But
Amari, can you throw up the site? I'm playing.
can I interrupt them, but like as respectful as possible. I would just say I would kneel down and kind of bend my head a little bit, and say, Archmagos, you summoned us.
As you guys, as you do that, the others kind of start to turn around and look at you. The Archmagos looks down. He says,
Mr. Aeternum, I think it is time you all give me full reports on the preparations for the summit.
Yes, sir. Is it like a majesty ruler? What would I say? Like yes, your
he rules
majesty.
the city. I mean, he's not the king. People generally refer to him as Archmagos or my lord or.
Yes, my lord. My preparations are nearly complete. I almost have all of the gifts for the guests completed before I've gotten your request for a certain item that I have some inquiries about. If we could speak after this, if you don't mind.
No, we may not. Your inquiries will not be answered, and you will make what I demand as I demand it.
Understood, my lord. Thank you.
What you fail to understand, Mr. Aeternum, is that despite your connection to a giant man who swings a hammer, you are simply a tool to this city, and you will act as such. It's not your place to question us. Our designs are far beyond your understanding.
Yes, my lord.
I wish for that, by the way.
Kind of looks up to the rest of you and he says,
And to the rest, your preparations, are they complete? Are they in the works? I must know. It is of the utmost importance we rid the city of its imperfections and blemishes before.
Well,
I'd like to walk up.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I walk up in a drunken stupor and do a bullshit bow. And I tell him, yes, my lord, the temples are spotless for you. We cleaned up most of the trash.
Yeah, as you say that, he says,
And what are you and Mr. Unthal doing of the, shall we say, undesirables of the city? Where will they be taken or kept or dealt with while this is happening?
Against my wishes, they'll be held up in the temples, where they'll be fed, clothed, and warmed.
They cannot be in any portion of the temple in which we will show. I assume that is known.
Yes.
Or they wouldn't be there if you all give them the stuff they need to live.
You may disagree with my practices, Mr. Voltaire, but do not forget you run a simple monastery, and we subsidize everything you do.
This is why.
Your people are simple beggars who can fight.
I put my hand up towards Neris and just kind of bow my head, kind of like let it go. And I just stare at him in his eyes.
Down this place. I like to walk out.
as you're walking out, he says,
I expect it to be done in time, Mr. Voltaire, despite your protests.
It will be done when it is done.
No, if it is not done in time. The funds you need will not arrive in time, and your simple beggars will starve.
Let me see something real quick.
Pedro.
Alright.
Okay, calm down. Do I have calm emotions?
A stock steps up. He's like, I have been preparing the security as best I can. The sewers are being guarded as we speak, and I've swept the area hundreds of times.
So, the Archmagos looks and says, "It is good to know there is one competent one among you, and he turns out to be made of metal."
You can't see his emotions, but that definitely hurt him.
Poor thing.
Oil runs down his cheek.
Well, Mr. Karen, if your duties are done, I would suggest you helping the rest of your circle in any manner they may need.
Of course, Archmagos.
I must say to all of you, you fulfill a useful position in what you do, but you must understand that these incessant questions that have been coming over the last months and protests of things you find distasteful must cease. Myself and my council here, and he points to the rest, have come to the conclusion that if it does not cease, we will simply do what we must to find replacements for you.
I understand, Archmagos.
I'll bow my head.
Say, this city was built on the power and knowledge of wizards like us, of the Circle of Diamond and Gold. We are the ones who lead in knowledge and power. And if the people here do not trust us, if our citizens begin to doubt us, dissent would be the end of this city.
I understand. Is there any part of the temple or anywhere you should have me prioritize, Archmagos?
Truthfully, Mr. Karen, though you will find this statement distasteful, I care not for the people of the city during this event. All security should be focused solely on the summit. The people can rot for all I care. They'll be fine.
Of course.
To the rest of you, I would suggest you get on your jobs as best you can. Mr. Anareth, your site wardens across the walls and such, are they properly positioned?
They should be.
Should be is not enough. You should have confirmed this yourself.
I'll confirm it right after I get out of here, and if they're not, I'll make sure they are.
Yes, see it done. Master Unthal and Voltiel, you know your jobs. Mrs. Demir and Mrs. Fairfoot, have you prepared your presentation from your academy?
Yes, we are, the presentation is finished and we are having some previous students come and speak about what the school has done for their life and their experience there.
Yes, very well. I care not for what they have to say, but it is simply a show for the externals.
Keep
As
my
you
mouth.
wish.
I'll say thank you, by the way.
And, Mr. Cyrillus, how goes your duties of cleaning the city?
Doubled all the sweeps, doubled all the trash sweeps, and then helped map out the entire sewer so there's no avenues we're not prepared for. Good to go.
He nods and says, well, it turns out the second competent person among you happens to also be a wizard. Would you look at that?
Or you
And I do a kind of half bow.
He looks around you and he says, you have the rest of today and tomorrow to finish these preparations. Tomorrow evening, we will start having arrivals. I expect everything to be prepared in time for this endeavor. Yeah, Caleb, you want to do that? Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Okay.
And I'll give you... If somebody else wants to make a charisma check, I can give you advantage if they pass. I think
Charisma looking
Tirsan
like-
has the highest charisma, actually.
I'll do it.
Tirsan, you trying to help a brother out?
I got you, brother.
Yeah, roll a performance or a persuasion.
With advantage?
No, yours is straight, but the DC is not crazy high.
Okay. Okay, I'll do persuasion.
God.
Yeah,
damn.
okay. Yeah, sure. All right.
Oh, fucking
Um,
shit here.
So Orion, you're gonna roll with advantage, and then you're gonna add +5.
Can I? If I use my inspiration, can we just take the higher? Of
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
rolls? Okay.
Just roll again with advantage. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just say 20.
Well,
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, a 20's still pretty good. They're gonna roll perceptions, but they're wizards and they're not wise. Nope.
That's why they're called wizards and not
Nope.
wizards.
Do I notice
Nope.
anything?
That was a
I noticed-
3, a 2, and a 7,
Goddamn.
Let's
No.
go.
and a 5. What the fuck are these dudes
No.
doing?
Let's go.
I think it's because they're just so arrogant. They're like they wouldn't even try.
Where do you want to plant it? Where do you want to put it?
I assume that
The way it is, it's like a small. It's almost like a small, like kind of crab thing where you drop
I'd
it
like
and then
to
it can
put
go
it,
latch
like,
on.
under these lids, like these sarcophagi.
Yeah, those are coffins.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'd like to like kind of put it under one of the lids.
Sure. You walk over and you slip it under there. No one notices. No one.
Cool.
Do I notice?
Period, S-dog.
So he just planted a bug in here.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, cause fuck that guy. He made me mad.
Oh my god, dude, I was about to throw hands, not gonna lie. I was measuring, I could get him. I could get to him like right now.
I don't think we
Rick
should do
isn't-
that.
In one
Rick
turn, I
isn't
could've
showing
hit
it.
his face.
Rick isn't showing it, but he is seething right now.
S-Talk can't physically show the emotions, so he just
He feels it inside.
The shaking fist, the
Yeah.
Arthur fist.
Why I oughta.
Did in his request did he tell me the size of the cage, or would I have to ask that now?
In the dimensions, it was fucking huge. It was like 60 by 60 by 40.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, fuck. Do I just have Mithril laying around, or
They
I don't-
supply it to you, but solely
they'll
for their
supply it, okay.
projects. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll just ask, my lord, when shall I suspect the arrival of my equipment?
He says it should be at your forge by the time you get back.
I understand, my lord. May the gods smile upon you. And I say that very, like, you know.
He says, yes, whatever mumbo jumbo. Just be gone and do your jobs.
Like
Yes,
this
my
guy.
lord.
Brusky,
And
bruh.
I bow again, and I join my monk friend and walk out.
And you guys walk out. That's where we're gonna end the session.
I walk out with
Alright.
the pillow.
God fucking
my
damn it, these
dude.
people
I
suck.
wrote in my
Funky.
notes, he's a dick.
Oh.
He
Did
did
it
tell